It is Wednesday, October 30th, 2019. And we're about to build a PC, friends. Count us down, friends. No countdown? Ah, fine. Let's just do it. Hello, everyone. My name is Lewis. I'm your host for today's live build for ActionJaxon. Omar is our builder for today. Last time we had PJ. We freed PJ. He's back to making all the cool projects over there. But we're going to get started right now. Omar, go ahead and get to it. We're going to talk about the specs real quick. So, this is an Origin PC Millennium. You might have seen it on social media, might have seen it on our site. You can see it at originpc.com. You can't find this case anywhere else. You can't find it on you can't find it on Amazon. You can only get it with Origin PC. It's powered by a 1000-watt RMX series 80+ gold power supply. That one is from Corsair. The motherboard is an MSI MPG Z390 Gaming Edge AC motherboard, which is perfect for today's little CPU surprise we got going on. The cooler is a Frostbite 240 all-in-one cooler that has the Origin PC logo on it. And the coup de grace for today's build. This is the first build featuring the Intel Core i9-9900KS processor. KS. Omar's going to step out for a little bit here, but let's take a moment and appreciate this CPU here. So Intel revealed it not too long ago, and it was, or now today it's officially available. You can actually go to originpc.com and customize your own desktop with the Intel Core i9-9900KS. Now you're probably wondering, what's so special about this KS brouhaha? Well, let me tell you. So all the cores by default are at 4.0 gigahertz, which is already a little bit better than the 9900K. But the key thing here is that all cores can go up to 5.0 gigahertz via turbo boost. So when when those clocks are getting boosted there, all the cores, not two cores like the 9900K, all the cores are beefed up to 5.0 gigahertz. It's nuts. I was looking at the comparisons, and the comparisons are a little minor, but it definitely pushes the 9900KS as the best for gaming right now, I think, according to the stats, or the benchmarks at least. Omar got a little something for the people, actually. Well, let's go ahead and, Omar, what you looking at over there? Well, he's a little peeking over there. You can see him in the bottom. What you doing over there? What is that? What is this? Well, you're full screen now, bub. No, and you want to go back to hiding again? You want to show people what's going on here? Whoa, what's in that box? What's in the box, Omar? I need to know. Was it that thing I was just talking about? Oh, well, look, what is that? It's a blue engram? You have to delete that. It's useless. Oh, no, it's not an engram. It's the Intel Core i9-9900KS. So it's actually a special edition processor. It's available for a limited time. So if you're looking for a PC upgrade and you want a CPU that's pretty beefy, the KS might be right up your alley. If you're into that kind of sort of thing, maybe you don't want the full power, but if you want that full power, computing power, the KS is here probably for, I want to say a couple months. I can't estimate how long, but there you go. There is the processor. I know our social boys put something together for the fam over on TikTok. We have a TikTok. I know, it's crazy. But there is the CPU. I know the packaging looks very similar to the original 9900K, but it's got that special edition branding, so that's pretty cool. So, ActionJaxon saying, dibs on the packaging. People fight over those. They make good engrams over here. Anyways, let's finish up the specs. So for the RAM side, actually, no, I completely skipped over the graphics card. That's a boo-boo on me right there. It's a single 11GB NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 Ti. Omar, what is it? Is the MSI Ventus or something else? It is? Yeah. Man, I've seen those Ventus cards like for the past like month now. They're great though. They're thick. That's the box right there in the bottom left hand or bottom right hand for left for me, right for you. Corner of the screen. It's a pretty beefy card. Wait till Omar unpacks it and shows it off. It's a it's 3-slot or 2-slot?
It's like 2.5 slots.
2.5 slots. It's a little thick boy, For the RAM, now actually moving on to the RAM, 32 gigabytes of 3200 megahertz DDR4 Corsair Vengeance RGB RAM. Omar, go ahead and show the people how that looks like. It's not the Dominator, but it's pretty good. Where's that RAM? Look at that. And I made sure that they were right. I actually came over here and made sure the speed was correct, but it is 3200, unlike last time, which was 3000. And I was wrong. And everyone's like, oh, it's wrong. And I'm like, you're right. It's totally wrong. But actually, this time it's totally correct. So, ha! I triple checked it for you. For storage, we're running a 1TB Western Digital Black SN750 NVMe M.2 SSD. So that is the OS drive where Windows 10 will be going. You can also put a couple games on there so you can load real quick. Probably some Fortnite, some Call of Duty if you want. You know. Actually, Omar's showing it off right there in camera. Put it back. There you go. WD Black. So it's pretty fast speeds. Actually, this 3470 read or write? Read. It's around that range for the write too. So pretty fast. 12TB Seagate Barracuda hard drive. I see people in chat freaking out about that. It's not an SSD. Calm down. Don't worry. We're not at that level yet. I know we're creeping up to it. We have SSDs that are 4TB or more, but this is a hard drive. It's a good old hard drive. It gets the job done. You know, it's good for storing stuff, storing videos, maybe a couple games that you don't want to put on the SSD, but it works. There you go. Shout out to Seagate. And that about wraps it up. Besides our, of course, Origin Wooden Crate Armor. That's how the system's going to be shipped. The warranty, lifetime 24/7 US-based support, and lifetime free labor. So don't take it as a lifetime warranty. You have to note it as a lifetime US-based support and lifetime free labor. And, of course, Windows 10, which I talked about earlier already. So there you go. Whew. What a mouthful. I always love going through the specs first. We always cut straight to the chase. There's the motherboard right there. That is the MSI MPG Z390. And that is ready for the KS processor as well. I think we might have to do a BIOS update on our end, right, Omar? Yeah, we do. Because, again, it's brand new. Like, today. Go get it. It's nuts. Omar, you might want to turn on the light because it's getting a little dark there, I think. Because, I mean, well, you're probably going to take off the side panel, too. So I'm probably stressing over nothing there. Is this man grounded? So Omar and the other builders, they were in Florida, so the humidity here like negates all that static stuff that the others do. But we actually have some hand lotion that you can put on for stuff. But Omar prefers just to ground himself with the metal nearby, so, and the case itself, so, and the mat. We're protected here. So we're good. And anyways, if something does go horribly wrong behind the scenes, we take care of it. That's what we do. We don't just like, put it together. Here you go. Have your system. That'd be horrible. We take care of everything. So no fancy hardline cooling. So not today. We do.
Ah, yes, teamwork.
Thank you, ActionJaxon, for the subscription. So all of our subs, actually for until tomorrow, are going to be going to the Children of St. Jude. So thank you for that. So subs, bits, and I got to shout you out as well, just like I did right now. Surprise. Actually, no, it's a donation, a gift. Thank you. Actually, Peanut Butter Smooth, I'm going to shout you out there. Thank you for the subscription. See, Streamlabs tricked me. I got tricked. It's a good thing I have a little meter there, or the feed there, to shout that out. But thank you, Peanut Butter Smooth, for gifting the sub. So appreciate that. He is a professional. Me or Omar? I think Omar's professional, right? I am unprofessional. I mean, look at this hair. What is this? All right, let's see what's going on over here. So again, I see people over at Facebook. I see people over on the YouTubes. I see people over on the Mixer, I think. Hi, Mixer. You there? Knock, knock. I think we got some people in Mixer. Showing love to the Mixer fam. And, of course, on Twitch. So, yeah, we got some people on Mixer. Yeah. Have you made a PC or two for St. Jude yet? We have in the past. Actually, so a couple years ago, one of the prizes for their St. Jude campaign was an Origin PC, and we gave it to Co Carnage, who got, like, the #1. But he gifted it to one of his community members. It was really nice. That was way back. That was 2016. Whew. 3 years ago. It's kind of hard. Time flies. Gonna need a 240 hertz for this bad, but we splurging. Yeah, 240 hertz monitor would probably be a good idea with this system. Again, looking at the specs one more time, you can see the specs scrolling below me. If you're curious, and if you're watching on Twitch or Mixer, if you type !specs, it should give you the full specs list. I think Mixer, I don't know why Mixer Streamlabs is not working for me, but Twitch, it should work. So if you want to see like the full absolute specs list, there it is again for the people. Yeah, 240 hertz should be good. Pretty sure if you do some tweaking in Fortnite, you could probably get to 240. Because I know there's some benchmarks out there that show that you could probably get to 144, no problem, like running it high. But normally people that play Fortnite, from what I've seen, play on lower resolutions or lower settings to get that extra frame boost, if they so desire. And I get that. I respect that. I play Quake, so in the Quake community, we lower the settings to like as low as humanly possible, but still maintain a high resolution sometimes, to get the best possible frame rate. So, yep. Game community has done a lot for St. Jude over the years. Yeah, they have. And actually, there's a team in St. Jude, the Play Live team, that's like been in collaboration with the gaming community to do all sorts of things. You should check them out. They do great stuff. They actually team up with a bunch of streamers, organizations, game developers. It's great. Great stuff. We worked with them before too. So they're really nice people. Now Paul won't have FPS to blame on his gameplay. I have that feeling too sometimes. I've been playing, I played some Call of Duty over the weekend, played some Destiny, and when my frame rate drops, I'm like, no, I'm losing frames. That's a problem. So, yep. Are you making any worldwide giveaways soon? There should be one going up like now. What happened? Let's take a look. I'm going to pull some strings here, friends. Y'all talking about my worldwide giveaways and stuff. But in the meantime, let's go over the other giveaways while Omar is building out the system. Omar, by the way, if you have been, or you've been paying attention to my voice and not watching, has already put in the CPU and the RAM. That's 4 6 RAMs on there. Did you put in the SSD yet?
The M.2.
Yeah. Oh, the M.2. So everything's already on there on the motherboard. So you can see the KS CPU, the 4 6 RAM, and the WD Black SSD already on the board. So again, that's the MSI MPG Edge Z390, of course, because why would you use another motherboard on that? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Hold on. Link, please. Hey, you need to calm down. I need to talk about other stuff. I'll get to you. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm pulling the strings, friends. I'm pulling the strings because we are running a couple of stuff over here at Origin PC. We have our October promotion, which is now running until tomorrow, end of day tomorrow, and that's it. Halloween's over, so no more spooky themes and whatever for another year, which sucks because I love the spookiness. But if you purchase select systems at originpc.com, you can pick one of 2 bonuses: a Corsair peripheral combo, which includes a keyboard and a mouse, not or. And then the other option, the other bonus, is a Corsair Gaming Void Pro RGB USB headset. I have that one at home. It's pretty nice. I know it's wired. Some people are like, I want the wireless. I understand that. You can go with the peripheral combo if you want that. I was talking about Call of Duty earlier, so if you get an Origin PC desktop or laptop, I need to emphasize the laptop because our laptops do have RTX graphics. It's crazy. You get a copy of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the new one that just came out last week. I know it's crazy. So you get that, your PC, you can test out the RTX features on your system and show off to all your friends. So maybe stream it to them too. Be like, hey, check out this RTX. The shadows look great. So you can do that as well. For the next 3 giveaways, the 4th one, which is not up yet, but I will be working behind the scenes as this stream is happening to get you guys this link. This giveaway is with Basically Homeless. It's an Origin PC Neuron giveaway. If you type !giveaway in Twitch chat, sorry everyone else, you'll get the links for the next 3 giveaways. So we got this one with Basically Homeless. It's a Neuron. It's pretty cool. We have this one with Swifty. It includes a 49-inch massive Samsung monitor. I've seen it in person. It's huge. And, of course, a Millennium desktop and a Corsair peripheral bundle, which includes the headset, keyboard, mouse, and mousepad. And finally, we have a workstation system with PNY. It's called the Watch to Win giveaway. It includes a Quadro RTX 4000 graphics card. And if you do workstation stuff, it's pretty dope. And finally, we have another giveaway, but again, it's up, but it's just not out in the open right now. And I'm working to fix that right now while Omar's getting the system ready. Omar, feel free to move the cameras around so you can show the people what you're up to. No worries there. Let me see here. Don't mind me. I'm gonna try to read chat while I'm doing stuff over here, so don't mind me. I'm just typing along. Let's see if I can remember the access. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Am I a hacker man? Let's find out. I hope the next Resident Evil remake will be RTX ready. Ooh. That's a great idea. Actually, like, what if we just make Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil 2 RTX? Can we do that? It has no radiator for that M.2. So, Omar, that one didn't come with a heatsink, did it?
No, the motherboard does not have these.
Okay, so sometimes, so for the M.2, sometimes they come with a, well, it's not a radiator, it's a heatsink. Sometimes motherboards come with an actual heatsink you can put on top of the M.2. Actually, sometimes M.2s come with a heatsink. Actually, the Corsair M.2 SSD comes with a heatsink, but this one does not have it. So it will get a little hot, but it won't get hot enough that it needs a heatsink. So if you are paranoid about that, then maybe look at another motherboard. But it's fine. It'll function. We tested anyway, so it's good to go. Wait, how do I enter the giveaways? If you scroll up in chat, or maybe if you tuned in just now, unfortunately the links are gone, but if you give it another minute or so and you type ! giveaway, you'll get the links to all 3 giveaways currently active. And I got a 4th giveaway currently going on, but we'll get to that one. I'm just trying to hack some stuff behind the scenes. So, how do you announce the winner? So for those 3 giveaways, we do giveaway announcement streams, and it's like a hybrid stream. So we play some games, or maybe do a live build, and then we announce the winner near the end of the stream. You know, it's to build up hype for the announcement. Sometimes we try to do giveaways for those, like in chat giveaways, so like raffles and stuff during those giveaways, you know, raise the hype. But the Swifty giveaway ends on November 7th. We do the stream on November 8th. The PNY and the Basically Homeless giveaways end on the 14th, and we're going to be doing a stream on the 15th. We're most likely going to be playing Star Wars that day. Jedi Fallen Order. So, makes sense, right? Which I'm pretty excited for. It's coming up, creeping up. November's got 2 games I'm looking forward to. First one being Death Stranding, which just had a launch trailer today, and I saw that 8 minutes long. 8 minutes long, and it still does not make like any sense to me. There's none. I'm still excited for it. I'm looking forward to it, and of course Star Wars. So I was originally excited for Doom, but that got delayed because, you know, sometimes games need more time in the oven. So, yep. Or what do I got over here? How often do you do UK EU giveaways? Every so often, every blue moon. So maybe every couple months, but it's not constant. So, sorry. And you're also typing in all caps. And every time people type something in all caps, I think they're yelling at me. It's just a thing. And I'm not the only one that has that effect on. So it's like, how often do you do giveaways? Like, oh, I need you down here, not up here. All right, let me see if I can hack this together real quick so I can get you this giveaway up. Is that it? Wow, I'm good. Hacker man. Just like easy money. Easy money. So for those of you watching a stream, I got a surprise for you. I'm about to drop a bomb. A good bomb. That's a nice bomb. If you're interested in this sort of thing. I know this game is not for everyone. I know it usually I know for me, I had a little giggle about it. I'm like, oh, this is not my kind of game, because I just said I'm looking for Death Stranding, Star Wars, you know, kind of like action type style of games. But we have friends over at Koei Tecmo America, and they just launched a game yesterday. And that game, they gave us some keys to give to our worldwide audience. And they were so nice enough to send us some keys, and they were like, hey guys, spread the word about this cool little game. I mean, again, I'm gonna do the forewarning, so this is not for everyone. So if you start laughing, you're like, ha ha ha, it's not for you then. But there are people out there that do like this sort of stuff. So let me do some quick changes here. I'm just gonna do some typing, make sure we're good to go, and then I will give you guys the deets. And you are the first to hear about this, so I mean, it doesn't give you any special benefits. We're going to be promoting this for the next week or so, but you are the first to hear about it, so feel extra special, friends. Real extra special. All right. Omar's busy mounting the motherboard. You're done with the mounting, right? Are you missing a couple screws or?
Nope, I said with the mountain.
That's it? All right, cool. So that's how Omar builds. Everyone has different building methods. I know. Are you gonna add the power supply now or later?
No.
He's gonna add it now. Okay. Hold on a second, guys. Boom, bam, boom. Cool. All right. Let's go ahead and pull this up. Now, don't laugh at me. If anyone laughs at me, I'm gonna get mad. Like, I prepped this for you guys. I wanted to be very nice to you. I dropped a bomb at this worldwide giveaway. But then you guys are like, no, I don't want it. And I know you're gonna do it. I expect it. Maybe I would, if I was younger, more naive, I'd probably say the same thing too. But hey, again, someone out there could appreciate this. So, after pulling some strings, and again, thanks to our friends over at Koei Tecmo America, we got 5 keys to a game called Atelier Ryza. I think I mispronounced it, but Atelier Ryza. If you know what I'm talking about, get excited because I got something for you. Make sure I got the right thing going on over here before I click away, and it's up. Hey, so we just launched this giveaway, like now. Yeah, like right now. Type !giveaway and you'll get a link to it. It's going to be the last one. I'm actually going to go ahead and post it in chat for you guys as a thanks for watching the stream. Atelier? Is that it? Well, there you go. Bam. I got you. YouTube, I got you. Everyone, so you're welcome. Again, shout out to Koei Tecmo America. Good people over there. Very nice people. So, you're welcome. This is, again, very special. Mixer link, don't worry, I got you. So this is for the game that was just released yesterday. It's a JRPG game where you make potions and team up with a group of friends, or it's not online, it's single player. And it's pretty cool. So go ahead and check that out. I'm gonna go back to the build. But this is worldwide. Remember I was telling you about worldwide? Guess what? I got you. I got you. This is not NA only. This is a worldwide giveaway. So you're welcome. You're welcome. I just did it. I don't know, you missed it. I'll post it again, but there you go. I'm thinking about the people all over the world, but there you go. You're welcome. We're going to be promoting that on social media, so you're the first to hear it. So there you go. You're welcome.
Nice PC building, man.
So again, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. I know. I know it's not a game I would normally pick up in, you know, the games I would like to play, but it looks really cool. It's a nice little different. It's a nice change of pace. So there you go. I just posted the link. Calm down. Calm down. I just posted the link. So if you type !giveaway, it'll pop up every 2 minutes. The reason I did it every 2 minutes because sometimes people get spammy, so you have to wait a little bit and then it comes out. So. For PC, no, it's a game. It's a game. It's not a PC. So we try. So Omar's holding in his hand a Hotswap babe. Normally we don't really bust we don't bust these things out for live build, but there it is. You actually see the inside of that. So if you know what a Hotswap babe is, if you're familiar with that term, basically what? I just had one glimpse of chat. I'm so confused. So you can just replace a storage drive really quickly while the computer's on, hence hot swap. So while the computer is on, you can replace a drive, SSD, HDD, whatever you want to stuff in there, and it'll update accordingly. It's pretty cool. So much space for activities. I know sometimes people don't go for the hot swap babe. I believe it was requested. Correct me if I'm wrong, Action. Was it requested? I don't know. But there you go. I need to disable that. I forgot that. Let me see what I can do here. I'm doing some tweaks here. Don't mind me. We're gonna leave the camera here while Omar's installing the hot swap bay. I'm just gonna do some tweaks over here. Click on that. Feel free to keep sending over your questions and feedback. I am still reading all you fools. Reading everything you write. And you're probably thinking like, oh, there's too much stuff happening. He's not reading what we're writing. Oh, I'm reading everything. I read everything. The bad stuff, the good stuff, the weird stuff. I read it all. Now, do I react to everything? Probably not. Because I'm here on an Origin PC stream. But if it was my own personal stream, which I do not have, I'd probably react a little bit more. Now what happened over here? Yeah, there we go. Now people are realizing what I'm doing here. All right, let's see what I can do. Where is this stuff? I completely forgot. Boop, 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 boop. I just have this feeling that 90% of people are like the seagulls from Finding Nemo for free stuff. Mine, 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 mine. Yo, yeah, you don't understand how accurate that is, but it's very true. I had a dream the other day that it's like, I just said no. Like, so people come up to me on the street and be like, free? I'm like, no. And I just say no the entire time. No. And it was so good. It felt nice to say no. But, you know, today I'm being nice. Again, special thanks to Koei Tecmo for that Atelier Ryza giveaway. Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout. I don't know if Omar would play that. Omar, would you play that?
It is cool.
It looks cool.
I honestly try out as many games as possible.
Yeah.
And see if I get into it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you try it, you don't like it, you don't like it. Uninstall, right? Easy. Easy money. That's what I do. I have a bunch of games that I have my Steam account that I give. So what I do for my games, that like my backlog, I do what's called the 30-minute trial. I download a bunch of games and I have like a time entitlement where I just play a game. And I'll know 30 minutes has passed because if I don't look at the time, that means I like the game. But if I look at the time, that means I don't like the game. That means something didn't work for me, or I'm bored, or it didn't work out. The 30 minutes means that, you know, if I didn't like the game in the first 30 minutes, Sometimes games require a little bit more in-depth stuff or like more time. But typically games have a good hook in the first hour or so, or 30 minutes or so, to like really get you in, get you keep playing. Indie games are pretty good about doing that to try to get you the hook really early on. It's the larger games actually sometimes that take a little while to get you. So, but the thing is, if I like the game, I keep playing it. If I don't like the game, then maybe I'll decide, like, should I keep going or should I just stop and uninstall, move on. So, anyways, I was doing something over here. Here we go. What is that? What is this? Here we go. Trying to find this stuff. Alerts. That's where it gets really funky. All right, hold on a second. I know where I need to go. I give games 1 hour of my time. See, there you go. You give it 1 hour. Maybe because I have too many, I give it the 30-minute treatment. Because, I mean, some games you can actually beat in 2 hours. Especially those like smaller indie games. Different genres, but sometimes you can beat them really quick. I love those. So when you get older, you realize that you love short games. I love short games. Because you can beat it. You can say, like, I sat down, I beat it, and it's not in my backlog, like, forever. Like Red Dead Redemption 2, I still need to finish up. It's a really big game, and I know the PC version's coming out next week, and I'm like, do I start from the beginning again? Like, oh, no. It's great. I love it, but it's very long. So, I mean, giveaway for PC? No, it's only for a game. There's no worldwide giveaway for a PC. So, but hey, something is something. Gotta take what you can get, man. I try. I'm always back there. I'm like, what can we do? What can we do? And this game is something. So, we're always trying. I gave up on RDR2 too much. See, I'm not the only. I didn't want to give up. I love it. It's great. Like you could spend hours just like on your horse, just roaming around. I'm looking forward to doing that on the PC. Actually, Nvidia just released some screenshots in 4K. Let's take a look at those real quick. I'm actually gonna pull them up because I thought they were really cool. Actually, Action, if you like Red Dead, if you want to give that one a shot. Let me see. Yeah, this is a 4K screenshot. Ooh. I'm pulling it up right now, guys. Give me a second here. This is from our friends over at NVIDIA GeForce that pulled up 3 screenshots of Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC. So we're going to take a look at those real quick. Bloop. There it is. 4K. And you want to know how it tells you it's 4K? Right there. You can't kind of see the resolution, but it's there. Zoom in. It's there, friends. It's coming next week. I can't believe it, but it's coming. There's another scene right there. There is no RTX, from my understanding, but it's still, you know, looks real good. Actually, these screenshots were taken, from my understanding, on an RTX 2080 Ti, which is the same GPU that ActionJaxon is getting today. So, very cool stuff. Looking forward to that next week. Speaking of PC, Omar is just about to bust open this Corsair power supply, which is a modular one, if I'm correct. Yep. Is it RMX or RM? But you see it has the X at the end of 1000. Okay. There we go again. Same GPU. It's true. That's what they said in the screenshot right there. So, very cool stuff. People in the Twitter comments are like, I have a 1060. I have a 1060. I think the game's going to look really good. So, whatchamacallit. All right, let's see. About how long does it take for you all to build a PC once you get an order from a customer? So it depends. Sometimes, if we have all the parts, because sometimes we have some parts on the site that you can order, and sometimes we don't have them, so we have to order them and get them over, so it takes a little longer. But if we have all the parts, it should take approximately a week. So it takes about a day or two to fully build it, another day or two to integrate and test it, and then a couple more days to make sure everything's good to go, and then ship it out. And that says everything goes smoothly. I know there's a bunch of customers actually on these streams and before that I've communicated with online that sometimes take a little longer. So your mileage may vary. My recommendation is, if you do order, is to constantly bother your sales rep. Your sales rep will be your guide on how long, what's going on, and see what's happening with your system. If you order a system with water cooling, or like a really expanded water cooling, so like the Hydro X or the cryogenic, it will take longer because it's a more complicated system. For a system like this one that Omar's building, normally it would take about a week or so because it's not too complex. I know that we should have the RAM kits, and we should have the CPUs today, pretty sure, because if we have this one's ours, the KS CPU. So, but if you order on the site, it actually even shows you the estimated shipping date, because behind the scenes we have the systems that determine, you know, how long it would take. Let me go do something real quick, really, over here. There we go. Perfect. So if you look on the right part of the screen, actually it shows you the estimated shipping date. So here it's estimating 9 to 11 business days. Again, it varies per system. Like, I know laptops are usually faster than that, but if you want a system real quick, I'm talking like super fast. We have our RTS system, which we only have one right now, but we're working on adding some more. The Evo 16S, so this actually ships out within 1 to 2 business days. There you go, 1 to 3, or 1 to 3. Thanks, website, for correcting me. So these ship out real quick. And if you need to know more about the shipping information, our sales team is more than happy to answer any questions like that. Because my answer is more general, because again, it varies per system. So if you actually have the idea of what build you want, talk to the sales team. They will tell you a good estimate. And if they don't, just tell me, I'll beat them up for you. They're around the corner. I can just go like this. What do we got? So when are you going to do a live build of the Big O? Do you really want to watch a 4-month live stream? Sorry about that. It really took that long. So do you guys not feature AMD builds? Aren't people not ordering them? We do feature. We've featured AMD builds actually, I believe in September. Could be wrong, but I know it's either September and August we did one. It was with the processor. We didn't use the graphics card, but I know we used the processor. But we have done them in the past. It's just as of late, we've been using Intel and NVIDIA like almost all the time. And I noticed that too. I was like, it's the same thing. Well, today's a little different because it's the KS. but the GPU's almost been exactly the same. And I'm like, it's the same one. It's the MSI Ventus. Oh, man. So there you go. I would like to do more AMD builds. I like AMD. I know for my next computer, I'm looking about possibly the Ryzen 7 3700X. So it's a really nice CPU. I want a big O so bad. You need to get in line because I keep seeing comments about that all the time. Oish. All right, Omar is doing some wiring on the other side. Let me check something right here. Quick reel here. Quick reel? No, you can't see it. Okay. Actually, Omar, if you want to move the other camera, if you can. All right, there we go. So we can see what he's up to because you can't really see it on this camera. So I'm having him move the camera over there. Perfect. Let's see if it'll work. There you go. You can see what he's actually up to over there. Oh, we got some more stuff over here. Wait for 2020's Zen 3. I'm thinking about that too. I mean, I want to get a PC in time for Doom. Okay, so Omar is installing the hard drive. There you go. So there's the Hotswap base. So he's going to go ahead and just insert it, right? Wow, that's easy. And joink. Click that. You can even lock it if you wanted to. Sometimes, like, we have the locks on there because sometimes people want to lock it. So there's the keys right there. So, wait for 2020. That's a good idea. I know I was talking about Doom. So, personal preference on AMD versus Intel. So for me personally, either are fine for me. The company itself, they're both fine. In today's case, we're using an Intel KS, which is a really strong CPU, benchmarks wise. I'm curious to see its performance in game. So when you do your streams, I'm probably gonna hop on and see like how it actually performs on the games. But it'll be exciting because 5.0 on all cores. I mean, kind of games don't really push the CPUs to that level, but you can if you want to, like to some games. This is the first time I've heard of a Hotswap bay. Is there any reason for an average pleb like me to have one? Don't worry, the system's not falling over. Homer's got it. I mean, if the idea of swapping hard drives quickly makes you really interested, like, oh, I have like 10 hard drives and some of them are just sitting in my closet, or maybe one hard drive has like copies of a bunch of old games and you just want to be, instead of like opening up your computer and installing it yourself, you just open up the Hotswap bay, replace it, and put in that hard drive with all those games, like, interest you. That's a perfect case for the Hotswap. I know for professionals, they typically use Hotswap bays to just store a bunch of data, videos and stuff like that.
Backup recoveries.
Yeah, backup recoveries too. Makes it really easy. But if you just use it to play games and you don't play that many games, then not really. You don't really need a Hotswap bay. There's very special instances where you do, again, would probably benefit from one. Like I personally, I would not need a Hotswap bay. My storage is enough. I don't need to go in and move out hard drives in and out. Like my there's a thing here. My workstation one, the one that I use here at Origin, I actually have a Hotswap bay, and that's good for me just in case I need to like add a hard drive really quickly or do stuff because, you know, work, time and money, all that stuff. So for me, it works at work, but it doesn't work at home. So hopefully that answered that question. I hope so. Is it possible to build a good gaming PC with $900? You got to make every dollar count. For any price point that's under $1,000, you need to really try to make sure that every dollar you spend is worth it. Is it meeting the goals that you need? Are you going to be playing a certain game at a certain resolution? Will that money reach that price point? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself, because you can do a lot. You can do a lot with 500. You can do a lot with 600. The more that you add, you have to determine what hardware you can afford at that price point, and if it meets the goals that you want. Do you want to play at 1080p? Do you want to play at 1440p? Do you want to play in ultra? Do you want to play, are you okay with medium? Like, you have to determine all those questions before you go for it. I know for a lot of people, like, if they're new to PC gaming, they usually don't know, but if they're familiar with PC gaming, they already know what they want. But you have to do a lot of research if you don't know, especially in terms of game settings and performance. Again, YouTube is an incredible resource. Yeah, I see that you're typing us, or you wrote that message on YouTube. YouTube is a great resource to see performance of different hardware types in certain games. So like, take Grand Theft Auto, for example. There are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of videos on YouTube alone showcasing different setups of Grand Theft Auto 5. And I'm pretty sure when Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out, there's going to be a bunch of videos on YouTube showcasing different setups playing Red Dead Redemption 2. So definitely do a bunch of research. Scrub question. Don't worry, no questions for scrub question or pleb question. Just shoot. But the controller for the LED lights only controls the case bars. Is there a way to sync up the RGB on the RAM, fans, and LEDs? I thought I saw something about a program named Sentinel, but no idea. So in this case, quite literally, the Millennium has two LED/UV lights. Omar is not able to show you. I mean, maybe if we swap to the other camera quickly, you can kind of quickly point them out. So we're going to the other cameras. Omar's going to quickly point out. There's a strip right there. And there's a strip up top. And those actually sync with the motherboard. However, for the RAM, fans, and I mean, you could add a little bit more if you want to, but the RAM and the fans are linked up with Corsair IQ software. Again, it's because we're using Corsair hardware. If you missed the memo, we got acquired by Corsair back in July. So we're using a little bit more Corsair stuff in our builds now. You might have noticed that a little bit. But there are ways to sync up some key components. Now, again, it depends on a system, right? So if you have a system that has, like, say, Lee fans or other different, like, hardware and software, then it gets a little iffy. Because some software doesn't collaborate well with some hardware. I know that motherboards are typically the most flexible of all the platforms. So you should be able to do that sort of thing. But it's kind of iffy, if you're mixing and matching hardware. We use Corsair Hero Origin, so it's pretty easy to sync up everything with IQ. And then, of course, the motherboard software as well. Hopefully that answered your question. I know that RGB is really something that... I know I've looked into RGB as well. I use Philips Hue at home, and it's great. I actually have it synced with a Razer, and I have the Philips system as well. So it's really cool when you're watching a movie and the lights, like, interact with the movie. It's awesome. Kind of gives the extra... like, fills up the room. It's really cool. That Hotswap Bay have a built-in fan? Yes, it does. Will it make him play better? Hopefully. Frames win games, man. Frames win games. Dun, 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 dun. Will Hotswap Bays make him AFK less? Probably, right? You move faster. Okay, cool. Thanks for explanation. Awesome. How often should you buy a new hard drive? Again, that's the kind of mileage. Your mileage may vary. Like, do you just play like one game? Or do you play multiple games? Do you like to store a bunch of games on your computer all the time? Like in my case, I realized that the games are getting bigger, and I kind of like jump from game to game. So having multiple hard drives is probably a good idea. But how often? It depends. Like, do you need it? Are you fine with whatever storage you have? In this day and age, however, with like increased file sizes of games, like Call of Duty, if you guys didn't notice, is like almost 130 gigs right now.
Plus the 20 gig update.
Yeah, there's more updates and stuff planned. Like, they're gonna add more maps, so the game's gonna get bigger, and it's insane. I mean, I get it because the textures are really intense and super detailed and has all that fun stuff technology-wise behind the scenes. But man, that is really big. Like, for me personally, like, I don't know how long I'm going to keep Call of Duty on my computer, because, I mean, I don't play it often. My main games are not Call of Duty, so sorry, Call of Duty fans. And I'm not about the new multiplayer, so The campaign was good, though. I like the campaign. Want to get rid of the Hotswap at home in favor for more epic cooling setups? You can if you want to. That's totally optional. Is there any advantage to Hotswap bays over external hard drives for video and music storage? It's in the system. I mean, it's about the same. You can use external storage perfectly fine. I mean, you can store 5 hard drives in there too, so you can use that as storage and also for swapping stuff. So, it's super preferential. So, I have 1 terabyte hard drive I have not filled yet, and have this PC for like 2.5 years. Yeah, you don't really need one. I mean, unless you want faster speeds, right? Because now you can get 1 terabyte SSDs for pretty decent prices. I expect this. Actually, my friends have been reaching out to me to see if they can, or if I can spot some good deals on SSDs. And with the holiday coming up, I'm pretty sure SSD prices are going to take a nice little dive. So if you're interested in upgrading your storage, again, load times on games, especially single player games, are going to be significantly faster. For Red Dead Redemption 2, I would highly recommend if you could store it on an SSD to get the best possible performance in the game, because it's such a big game. If you play it on the consoles, you know it takes a while for the game to load. But if you're playing on PC, I'm pretty sure you could probably get in the game in a minute or less, which is going to be really cool. I mean, we're probably most likely going to play the game next week, so I'm interested to see how the game performs on an SSD. What do you recommend for faster boot time, Intel Optane or SSD? I would say SSD is fine. Optane's cool, but SSD is probably your best option. I'll have one of the sickest sleeper builds if I had the money. Hey, sleeper builds are cool. RDR2 PC now being preloaded, so excited. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Can't wait to play Red Dead Redemption 2 on Predator Ultrawide. Man, everyone's hyped about the game, man. That's awesome. Y'all hiring? You can check out our career site. If you go to originpc.com, scroll all the way to the bottom, and check our company tab, and you can click on careers, and we have a couple positions open. Preferably if you're in Miami, but we do have some that you could probably take, but you have to check. Digging the Corsair merger, love their projects, and the quality Origin PC offers a match made in heaven. We like it too. Nothing has changed like major, so it's just we see a bunch of Corsair yellow boxes all over the place now. It's kind of funny. Is this replacing his gaming PC or stream PC? That's a good question. Not Action, if you want to answer that one real quick. If you know what this PC is going to be replacing. I'm assuming gaming. This is a full-on gaming build just because of the RTX 2080 Ti and the Intel Core 9900KS CPU. That's like a killer gaming combo. I want to learn to use Africa by Toto as my boot up sound for Windows. There's got to be a way. You can figure it out. Has to be. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, do, 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 do. I can't do that. The message you have 4 of them in RAID 0 had been fine in the original from 5 years ago. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Cool. Red Dead Redemption 2 preload is 109 gigabytes. I am at 32 gigabytes now, and it's the Red Dead Redemption 2 is also really big. I expect them to bust out those high-res textures. They probably might already come included, so you don't have to download them separately. So, big game, big game. I bought. I'm selling Red Dead Redemption 2 on M.2. Cryogenic looting system so loud. Do you think it could be the fans? I would talk to the support team if that's the case, if it's like way too loud, but sometimes it could be the fans. That's my guess, because there's the radiator, the fans, so double check with support. My concern is that with Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out on PC and how huge it is, and I filled like 40% of my hard drive. So maybe getting a new hard drive or SSD. So do you guys ship with restore CDs or partitions? So we ship what's called a recovery USB drive. So what that means, it's a little USB stick, obviously, but that comes with like the default settings. And if something severe, like totally severe, has happened with your computer, you plug that thing in, use that as a reboot option, everything is wiped, but everything is fixed in terms of like drivers and all that stuff. That's like the last ditch option. Our recommendation would always be to talk to the support team first before even using that thing, because that thing is like a full-on wipe, like pew! But it restores the system. That's like a full system restore. So we do offer that. There's the LL120 fans. I know that's not on the specs sheet, but so those fans have 2 LED like strips. The one on the outside and the one on the inside. So that's like a total of 16 lights, I believe. So 8 on the inside and then 8 on the outside. So you can do some really cool RGB effects if you're into that sort of thing. What is the West? I'm assuming best, I guess. What is the best expensive PC or Origin has? I mean, expensive is such a like that varies person to person. Like, if expensive for Bill Gates is like nothing, but expensive for say like one of you guys or me is still different. And also, does it really? Some games don't really get the benefit of a super like $10,000 PC. Sometimes, like you can get liquid cooling. Liquid cooling will shoot the price up real quick, but it's for aesthetics and for if you want to do overclocking mainly. You can go. I mean, we have. I'm trying to think. We have like smaller systems, but you can get like performance. It's if not close to some of the other bigger systems too. It's a matter of the specs. I'm gonna be getting a new gaming PC for my B-Day to replace this one that has a GTX 1660. I know it's sad. Hey man, you have a graphics card. Some people do gaming on an Intel chip, which is cool, but at least you have a graphics card. I know when I was younger, I was looking at like really younger, like looking at the PC gaming. It's like, oh, you can game on an Intel chip. You don't need a GPU. But then you quickly realize you kind of want a GPU. That red though, is it weird that I reinstall Windows every month? Maybe for security reasons. If you do it for security reasons, it's not weird at all. Because maybe you just want to purge it. That makes sense. Yeah, if you back up your files, you're probably good to go. And if you don't mind the wait, more power to you. Do it, by all means. What is the cheapest PC you guys have? So that would most likely be our Neuron. But again, an Origin PC, we built high-end systems. So our cheapest PC might be a little much, per se. Again, it varies person to person. So let's take a look here real quick. Actually, in the Chronos. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. I don't think these prices are right. Hold on. Let me push some people around over here for a second. Hold on. So here's our Neuron. Here's our Chronos.
Neuron is cheaper.
Yeah, the Neuron is definitely cheaper. What is this? What is this nonsense? Who did this? Who did this? Who was responsible for this? Man. Something must have happened. I don't know. Apparently the Chronos is showing up as cheaper. For real. Yeah, the Chronos is currently showing up as the cheaper system. So yeah, there's your cheaper system, is the Chronos right now. That's interesting. Something must have changed behind the scenes. I'm shocked. I don't know. Actually, what happens if we go with AMD? Yeah. There you go. Well, it dropped it by like $50. I don't know. Yeah, Chronos and Neuron. I'm gonna go flex on some people in the back. GTX 1660 or RTX 2060. I mean, the Super just came out. And also, what resolution do you want to play on? Do you want to play in 1440p or 1080p? So 1080p, I think the 1660 is fine. 1440p, or you want to get higher end 1080p gameplay, 2060. Would you suggest building a PC myself if I've never done it before but don't have much money? So are you okay? So one thing I always say to people is building it yourself will always, till the end of time, be the cheapest option when it comes to a PC. Now, are you fully comfortable if something goes wrong that you're gonna have to contact the support teams of, say, whatever hardware went wrong, right? So let's say the graphics card, something went wrong, or the memory or something. Like, you have to be 100% prepared to deal with that. Building it is one thing, supporting it is another thing. So you have to prepare yourself for that sort of thing. Or you can just buy pre-built or go super high-end with us at Origin PC. There's lots of options you can go with. Again, the cheapest option will always be building it yourself, and some people take pride in that. I respect that. But for some people, I know we have had people in the comments actually here in chat before even say, like, they just like getting an Origin PC because it's peace of mind. They know that if something goes wrong, they just call up and be like, yo, what's up? And then support team takes care of everything. So even people that build their own systems too. So that's kind of cool. But if you want to do it yourself, by all means, not going to stop you. You can do it. I'm just saying. I really want water cooling at home for aesthetics and noise, but I've noticed some serious improvement in air cooling, so I might just redesign air cool and do water cooling at a later time. Yeah, man, there's some really serious air cooling things out there, man. Be Quiet, Noctua, like, they have some crazy stuff out there. So air cooling is definitely in a good place, I think, at least. Then you have the all-in-one liquid coolers, such as the one from Corsair. We offer the Frostbite systems here at Origin. There it is. Speaking of liquid cooling, Omar just so happened to be busting out the Frostbite system with that radiator, 240 millimeter radiator, and the Origin cap. That's RGB, right? Yep. Yeah. What's better, buying an already built PC or build me own? Because I don't know what I should do. Again, it's just a matter of preference. And are you ready? Like, you got to ask yourself, look in the mirror, be like, all right, am I going to build this PC or what? Am I actually going to take that screwdriver and those screws and the cable management? Am I going to put in the time and the effort to do that? Because that's time. And for some people, time is money. Specifically people that have, like, lot of families, obviously lives, families, things to do, and sometimes it takes a lot of time. For some people, that's a hobby, right? Some people that love going on the weekend, they're like, I'm gonna make a PC and it's gonna be dope. That's a thing. But if you don't have the time, you don't have the money, maybe going with a pre-configured option might be the best route for you. You will spend a little bit more, but it's already taken care of. So you gotta write everything down. Maybe get like a whiteboard or something. Write everything down. I was like, all right, this is what I would want in a PC. Like the best thing I like to tell people too is to just build out your PC that you know that you would be okay with. Not the super dream PC, because you know $3,000 for a computer is a lot of money for some people. I totally understand that. That's the price of a car in some places. So you gotta really like drill down, like, what am I okay with playing? Do I want to play Call of Duty 1080p 60 FPS, or do I want to play Fortnite at 144 hertz? Do I want to play Rocket League at a certain frame rate? Do I want to play Destiny? Do I want to play WoW? Do I want to play this, that, blah, blah, blah. Once you have an idea of what you want to play or what you want to do, because not everyone uses PCs for gaming. I know it's crazy, right? They use it for work. Like, once they know what they want to do with it, then you can spec it out and determine how much it will cost you. A lot of questions about that sort of stuff, which makes me happy because people are trying to get into PC gaming. And what we try to do at Origin is try to make it as easy as possible, at least for people that, you know, are willing to go on the high-end side of the pool. So GTX 680, any good these days? You probably might want to upgrade soon. With Cyberpunk and all these high-end games coming out next year, upgrade might be necessary. I don't know how that's going to handle with 1080p. So, I mean, if it still holds up, then awesome. That's great news for you, isn't it? But maybe an upgrade on the GPU side might be good. My recommendation. I've had the same PC since 2007. Only need to update the PS3 and GPUs. Makes sense. I'm finally in the market to get in the current realm, even though my current computer still competes with casual gamers like myself. I'm trying to figure out what the best system is for myself, considering I only play BRs and FPSs, and my budget, which is 1,200, but I have phenomenal credit. The person new monitor. Oh, you're in a good spot. I mean, if your PC works right now, that's good. Because the other thing I'd say is, like, people don't always need like the super high-end stuff unless you're playing in 4K. The second you start playing in 4K, then you need to bust out the wallet. Be like, all right, I'm playing 4K. I got to bust out the big money. Big money. And that's completely necessary. If you're playing 4K, you need to get the absolute highest performance. You don't want to play something in 4K in 30 FPS. For me, at least, that's kind of lame. I'd rather play something in 4K close to 60, if not more than that. Possibly, if you only play BRs and FPSs, maybe the 2070 or 2060 Super could be good for you. Or an Intel i7 9700 or 9700K, or an AMD Ryzen 7 3700X. Any of those options should be good for you, especially if you play BR and FPSs. 2060 maybe at the minimum. If you want to really save some money, maybe the 1660, but 2060 is probably the one you want to look at with that budget, I think. My estimation. I could be wrong. Hopefully that answered that. The customer support at Origin is amazing. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Does warranty apply for Canadian customers? Hold on a second. It should, right? I think the shipping is where it gets a little iffy. Hold on a second. Let me see something really quick here. I'm looking something up right now. Free shipping only with... Okay, so the free shipping is only for the United States, but the warranty and all that stuff does cover around the world. So it says it on there. Cool. Just want to make sure. How long have you been with Origin, Lewis? 3 years now. 3 years plus. Yeah, Halloween marks... This is the 4th Halloween I've been with the company, but it's been 3 years at the company, if that makes sense. It's 3 years plus. So, yeah. A while. That's why I like to build my own. Something goes wrong, I just go and replace it. See, there you go. Everyone is different. What is this? I hear stuff happen in the background. You need to stop. There we go. Thank you very much. Sorry, I have to put the music down. Hearing people talking. I don't need to hear people talking. I need the music. The music. All right, let's put that on the bass. Real quiet there. What are the best places for air cooling fans in PC case? Corsair makes some good ones. Noctua, Be Quiet. Those are usually like the top go-tos. I know there's Cooler Master too, but You got lots of options for air cooling. There are a ton of options for air cooling. Astro, I think I answered your question. Yeah, I already did answer it. I saw that the auto bot or the bot got rid of it. I'm ready to build my own PC. I love building it, so it could be quite fun to build one this weekend. Not sure yet. Ooh. It's fun. You'll realize real quickly if you enjoy it or not. Because sometimes people say, like, yeah, I'm going to build my own PC. And then they're like, oh, I don't like this. I like that sort of thing. I like tinkering and messing around and putting stuff together. So I'm cool with that. What do you think my price range is if I'm trying to get a computer that can handle most games steady? So what do you mean most games? That's the question, right? Like, does most games mean battle royale games, RTSs, Civilization, Fortnite, Minecraft, Diablo, Minesweeper, Call of Duty? Because, I mean, it's kind of hard to define. Like, I know for me, I like playing action games. I like playing shooters. I like playing battle royale games. So I know what I like. RPGs, MMORPGs, not really. The only MMR thing I get near is Destiny, but I consider that more of a shooter. I know Bungie calls it MMO, but it's a shooter to me. Upgrading my PC part by part. Got an RTX 2070 a little while ago. Nice. Congratulations. Not announced to be the highest performance. I'm a casual gamer just trying to get in a good spot. Thank you for the suggestions. Definitely going to wait during my purchase process. Well, good luck. I'm glad I could help out on your little journey there because I know picking out the parts is very tricky. And then with Black Friday around the corner, you know there's some special offers and stuff. I mean, I know that right now, for at least us, we have some key thing with the graphics card. So if you really care about Call of Duty, if you get an Origin PC with GeForce RTX, you get Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And I know it's not just for us. So just keep an eye open. Not everyone has a special offer, but if you are getting a graphics card, be sure to check if that offer is valid for you. But for us, at least, I know for sure it works. So just keep your eyes open. And it's not just NVIDIA. AMD also has their AMD bundle, including Borderlands, Outer Worlds, and then 3 months of Xbox Game Pass. So speaking of graphics, Omar is about to bust open the MSI Ventus RTX 2080 Ti graphics card. And that pile's getting a little tall there, Omar. You think you can make a fort out of it? He's got like a little collection. It's like a little junk collection from Star Wars or one of those franchises of people that collect junk boxes. Like Omar's making it like a very premier unboxing experience for this graphics card. It is a great card. I've seen the testing in the back already. It's got those 2 giant fans, the giant heat sinks, and it's busting. It's just busting. Busting makes me feel good. There you go. Got a nice. That's a metal black backplate, right? Yep, that is metal. Hey, stop touching that. So that'll be installed in the system. My Knoxville NHD15 is amazing, although massive. They're huge, but man, they cool. They're cool real quick. You build PC. I shouldn't I? It would go horribly wrong, though. I'm not familiar with building in these cases. I'm familiar with building like a general like mid-tower case, but these cases are a little different, but it's manageable. I just have to get the training. The training. If I stack my cables the wrong way, like it's not showing though, can that harm the wire? I mean, not really. Yeah, don't pinch them, because if you pinch them, then you know there's problems there. But obviously you don't want to expose the wire out, and that's why they have the cable covers. Let's try to be careful with them. Like if you know, if you look at it, if you look really close to that, you'll know if something's wrong with the wire. Wrong with the wire. Just be careful. You don't want to mess with power. Power is like the thing you really don't want to mess with in PC builds. So my hobbies include robotics. I'm pretty good with computer repair and repairing. I'm not sure if I want to spend the time in it or not yet. So yeah, that's the thing. That's the question. I just got my third laptop ordered PC, another fully loaded 17-inch. This monster gets very hot. Are there any external liquid cooling options for it? I have an external monitor and speakers, or multiplying desktop replacement. That means that there are air cooling options. I know Amazon and Newegg have liquid cooling options, but I'm not too familiar with them, so I can't 100% answer that question. I just know about the air cooling, like the really big air coolers that you put underneath the laptop. I would take a look around. I'm not too familiar in that space though, so I can't put in a full 2 cents on that. Like COD, Battlefield, or Ark. Okay, so if you're playing those games, let's see, COD, Battlefield, or Ark, I would say the 2060 or 2070 Super. If you're not Team Green, the 5700 XT from AMD. That's the Radeon. That should be good for that. And the other question is, do you care about RTX? If you do care about RTX, then that factors in as well. But I imagine you play multiplayer, so probably not. Yeah, 2060, 2070 Super. That should be good for that. And the Ark is a pretty demanding game, so those games definitely for that. I'm assuming 1080p as well. But again, everyone's different. Maybe you want to play 1440p or maybe play higher frames. So, I don't know. Call of Duty. I give you my 1070 Founders and you give me a 2080 Ti. Good trade. The recycle bin outside your office must be massive. Oh man, no kidding. Thick GPU. Do you always delay your CPUs? Is it worth for the cooling? So I know normally we do not. I don't even think we offer that as an option unless it's like a super customer request, but normally we don't. So Crysis 3. Crysis 3 is not that demanding nowadays. Do you guys ship all the extra parts with a PC? So anything extra, like if it comes in the box, like I know we ship like extra power cables and stuff, we do include it with the PC. Yeah, so like the CDs, like the motherboard cables, like motherboards typically come with like extra cables and accessories. We include that as well. I can only imagine how much that card weighs. My 2070 Super reference card is heavy. Heavy. What is the cost of the Millennium listed up there? That's a good question. Let's do that right now. While Omar is getting the CPU cooler installed. So let me see something quick really here. Okay. We'll add the music back for the people. We're good with... There we go. That's fine. All right. Let's take a look. Let me catch up with the questions before I go and spec it out. Have you seen the PC building guide? I know what you're talking about, and that is no good. I was actually, a long time ago, I was thinking about, like, we should do, like, a reaction video, but then I felt pretty bad. It's like, I feel like everyone has already ragged on them enough for that one, so... I don't know, we saw it in the office and we were like, oh no. Like, this was before, like, other people pointed out what was wrong with it. Because, like, what's going on here? And we're like, oh no. Like, like, oh my gosh. I don't want to get into that. That makes me hurt. What is the coloring you use in your liquid cooling? So we offer multiple cooling color options for the liquid cooling. So what do you think it would cost to build a PC I play if it's pre-built? My estimation, if you get a good, decent deal, maybe 1,000, 900. Again, the key two parts for you, at least for Mr. Call of Duty Battlefield, are the GPU and the CPU, because both those games are demanding, especially if you play the large scale, war type of games. You need performance for that. Pre-built, I would try to shoot for a 2060 Super graphics card if possible. And then an i5 or more, or Ryzen 5 or more. My recommendation. Donate to Team Trees. I shouldn't I? That's me personally, not the company. Maybe the company should do that. Omar looks like my dad. Whoa. How's everyone? We're chilling. All right. What if I want to use computer for video editing and maybe 3D CG animations? What's the best for me? So you have two options in terms of graphics for that. NVIDIA has what's called Quadro graphics, and that is designed with that in mind. So like rendering and all that sort of thing, it's designed for high intense workloads like that. Granted, there are professionals out there that do use GeForce RTX. I know it's crazy. The thing is, stick with me. RTX does have those RT cores and all that fancy technology underneath that is good enough for rendering and stuff like that. So sometimes they try to save money and go with regular GeForce cards. So actually, we'll do a quick little trip here just for you, and then I'll go spec it out just to demonstrate for the people. We're going to leave Omar here while he's wiring, but we're going to go check out originpc.com real quick. Well, there's Omar right there. So the build still happened in the bottom left corner of the screen. Oh, look, there's 9900 KS. What do you know? All right. So on our site, we offer gaming desktops and workstation desktops. You notice that there's different tiers. So you got the S class, but you notice like, is this based on size on the workstation side? Well, on the gaming side, it's just more about the actual case itself. So ActionJaxon has a Millennium, so we'll spec out the Millennium. But if you take a quick peek over here on the workstation side, this is aimed at Shero. We're going to take a quick gander at the options for the L class. So the L class is a larger case. You might want to go with a smaller case, but we offer multiple Quadro RTX options. Actually, even no, Radeon Pro as well. So we note the price of the cards too. So like I said earlier, Quadro cards are a little pricey compared to the GeForce counterparts. And actually, we may even make the distinction on the site between workstation graphics and gaming graphics. Now, if you're familiar with the software that you use, maybe the software makers might say that workstation might be better, but gaming graphics also works as well. NVIDIA introduced something called NVIDIA Studio that you can actually use that driver designed for professional software as well. So we do offer, like, for example, the 20 Ti, the blower model. For whatever reason, I'm surprised we offer this there. Talk to the team. But we do offer gaming graphics for professional systems. But the main kit and caboodle for professionals are usually workstation graphics cards. So, all right, let's go back to the spec out that Millennium. So here's the Millennium. So we're going to build ActionJaxon's Millennium in real time right now, happening in the studio on originpc.com. Hey, that looks kind of like the one we're making right now, right? A little bit. Yeah, I think so. So tempered glass, aluminum. Omar, is this getting HD UV printing? He's going to check real quick. It is. Okay, so we're going to add that too. Exterior is black. Interior is red. Interior lighting is already comes with that. So we're going to add HD UV printing. It's not going to be this. It's a custom design. All right, we're going with standard orientation for the variable mounting. If you didn't know, our Millennium case features 4 possible motherboard orientation angles. Now, if you know what I just said, that's probably kind of crazy, isn't it? So you can do an inverted orientation, so that means on the other side of the case, a 90 degrees standard orientation, so the graphics card would be vertical, or a 90 degrees inverted orientation. Again, different strokes for different folks. We're going standard for today. The CPU. Where's that case? There you are. Click. Yeah. Motherboard. It is, well, I think it's this. Oh, it is this one. Yeah, perfect. Awesome. So we got that one. Memory. So we don't have the Vengeance RGBs, so we'll just stick with this one for now. Loop. Cooling. Yep, that's the same cooler. Yep. Case fans. We are going with the LL fans. GPU. There it is. I'm just like zooming through, so I just clicked on the GPU, picked that one out. Operating system Windows 10. So we're actually going with the beefier hard, trayless. That's the one we went with. 5.8 trayless. Operating system drive. Hold on, I gotta mute the people over here real quick. There we go. Operating system drive. We went with the 1 terabyte Western Digital. Hey, where'd it go? Hey, who turned out the lights? That's not good. So the 1 terabyte Western Digital is not on here, but for the sake of this demonstration, we're gonna go with a close this one for now. Again, it's not gonna be fully precise, but we're getting real close to it. And then a 12 terabyte Seagate hard drive. Ah, the 12 is not even on here, so we'll pick this one just as a quick one. Power supply is the 850. No, it's 1,000. Correction, it's 1,000. I think that's a little bit much for power. My personal opinion, but hey. And that is it. Perfect. So the estimated price of ActionJaxon system is a very cool $4,422. You're probably thinking, what goes into that? Well, I just did it. So it's getting HD UV printing. It's getting the Intel Core i9-9900KS. It features 32 gigabytes of RAM, RGB, so this is actually a little bit more. features LL fans, so RGB lighting, an RTX 2080 Ti, a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD, the hard drive cage, so the Hotswap cage, and a 12 terabyte Seagate Barracuda. I would actually argue that it's actually a little bit more than that. Again, my estimate, or the site's estimation, is this much. It's actually a little bit more. So that is definitely an up there system, friends. It is up there. So congratulations to ActionJaxon. I hope he gets many, many hours of play on it. There you go. There's your question answered, friends. You're welcome. All right, back to the build. Omar, what you up to? What you doing over there? What are you doing? I'm watching you. We're watching you now. But again, don't let the price scare you, new friends to PC gaming. That is the ultra high end of the spectrum. Of the specs spectrum, I should say. You can go a little bit lower, and I know you can, because I am in the lower end. I have a 1060 with a 4th generation i7 CPU. I know, it's not this. I know our gaming PC is an Intel Core i9-9900KF, not S. It does not have Intel graphics on board and a 2080 Ti, which is great. I sometimes, even during lunch, I come here and sneak in a little gameplay during lunchtime to play some Destiny, work on some whatchamacallits. So, yep. All right, let me catch up with the questions here to make sure everyone's good. All right, answered that question. What do we got? Let me check with the music. Are we good with music? All right, we're good. We're good. Bring back the music. The background just low, very low. 2060 will run everything. 2070 will run everything better. That's a good way of putting it. What motherboard should I get with for a RTX 2060 and for a Ryzen 5 2600? Well, you should obviously get a Ryzen motherboard or Ryzen chipset motherboard. I mean, thankfully with the Ryzen case, you can get multiple motherboards to fit that scenario. That's the 2nd gen Ryzen, so you're probably fine with the 450 series, 450B. I think. No, even you can go lower than that. Hold on. There's many options. Just check Newegg and Amazon if you're going with that build. On our site, we don't even offer the 2nd generation Ryzen. We offer only 3rd. Yeah, we only offer the 3rd gen. So, yeah, actually, let me do a little quick swap here. Yeah, we offer the 570. So 470, that's what I'm saying. 450. Why don't I think 450? Getting confused. I'm fumbling my numbers. Sorry. Correction. Sorry about that. How much would it be good PC for VR? Trying to get one for my girl. So VR has gotten a little less demanding thanks to the advancements in graphics. So you can get a good VR system with a 2060 Super. That should be fine. So if you're like the core component in that case would be the GPU. Now, if you want to prepare for a little bit more VR stuff, honestly, if you're just doing that for like casual VR play, 2060 or even the 1660 Ti are probably fine for that. Proud 2nd gen i5 2nd gen i5 user. I was like gen user, but that doesn't make any sense. I use gaming graphics for my graphic video design. There you go. Dude, I'm rocking a Ryzen 3 1200 with GTX 970 and 32 GB RAM. Tell me about it. That's a good rig. Definitely me. No, that's a good one. That's a good one. How good is the Millennium's cooling when a 90-degree rotated mode? That's a good question. I'd have to ask the team in the back to really answer that one. Because the cooling, the airflow is different. That I can tell you. Do you have bottom mounts for fans so that you can take better advantage of the natural convection? That is also a good question as well. I believe the fans are, and the radiators, obviously the positions are different. I think the radiator goes this way instead of this way. So I can't answer that off the top of my head. I have to talk to the team to determine that answer. Sorry. Wish I had had that information, but I don't. If there is any financial plan, yes, we do, actually. We'll go take a look at that right now, actually, real quick here. We're going to jump over here and demonstrate. So, you made your super PC. We're going to make a Ryzen 9. There you go. It's not the same, but whatever. Actually, let's go back to make the same, just to keep the people happy at home. There we go. Okay. So we're good there. So you found your dream PC. You're happy with this, but you don't have the 4K 1000. Again, this is not for everyone because I think it even checks for your credit history and all that jazz. But again, if you are interested in a financial plan and all that stuff, where do we go? Check out. I think I might ask to log in. Ah, dang. Yeah, we have to keep going. So actually right here, if you see, or as low as $102.70 a month, if you click on that, when you're in the checkout process, you can choose our financing option. This is a third party that we have installed on the site. So we work with them directly to set up that system. So we do have financing available. Actually, we have a little special web page for that too. Let me jump over there. If you want a little bit more info. Special financing. So there you go. This has the info and the estimated prices. Again, that number changes if you add more stuff. Don't let this fool you. I try to be as transparent as I can with you guys. That number will change if you add more stuff to your system. So this is typically on the lower end of the rigs. This is for laptops, and then this is for workstations. So it's available. We got it, but you have to confirm if you qualify too. So you got it. It's pending qualification. But I think it tells you, yeah, instant online approval. They tell you if you're in or out. So it's there. But I know some people or financial advisors don't advise doing this sort of thing, which I totally understand. Respect that. I try to avoid doing any financing. I just prefer just buying it up straight up front. But maybe for PCs, since the PCs is something that you use constantly, it makes sense because you're going to be using that for a very long time. So for some people, it works out for them. I know we have multiple orders that use this system as well. Let's go back to the build. Omar's busy back there. Omar, if you want to move the camera, I know you're focused. No one can see what you're doing. I can't see what you're doing. The people want to see what you're doing. There we go. He's just doing wiring, if you're wondering. All right. Will they announce any giveaways on the stream? So we're not announcing any winners, but we did announce a giveaway. We just launched a giveaway. Did you know that? You might have missed it. I understand if you missed it because it just happened like literally an hour ago. But if you type !giveaway, you will get a link to multiple giveaways. The ones that I've been promoting for like the past couple of streams, basically. The Swifty giveaway, the Basically Homeless giveaway, and the PNY giveaway. But we just launched one in this stream, and it is a worldwide giveaway for Atelier Ryza. It was just released yesterday for PC, and our friends over at Koei Tecmo America handed us some little gift for the community to spread the good word about this game that just launched. And you can enter that giveaway today. It was announced on this stream. It's not even on social media yet. I beat those guys to the punch. So you're welcome. This is open to people around the world. This is, again, for a game. And you just got to go on to this page and sign up. I'll give you the link real quick, guys. Like you can see right here, I'm copying and I'm going to post it across all over the place so you can enter for this one. This one's open worldwide. The previous that I mentioned are not worldwide. So this one, the PNY one, this one, the Swifty one, and the Basically Homeless are all North American territories only, excluding Quebec. Poor Quebec. I feel sorry for Quebec for these giveaways, but that's just the way the law works. And I understand that. The law. All right, let me jump over here. I'm going to post the link across everywhere so you can enter for this one. Bloop. There's the Gleam. Where's Facebook? I got you. Bloop. And bloop. There you go. So the Atelier Ryza game giveaway, that one is worldwide. So you can enter from wherever. It's great. I'm going to be announcing the winners for that next Friday. I don't know what we're playing next Friday. I would just tell everyone we're going to play more Red Dead. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption. So we'll most likely be playing either Red Dead or Need for Speed. We'll see. I'm going to try to push for Red Dead, though. I want to show off some Red Dead gameplay. Do. Did you announce giveaway winners on the stream? No. We're going to be announcing giveaway winners on November 8th and November 15th. So what you're saying, if I go with the build next year and buy one from you guys, I can watch it be built? No. Customer systems, we typically do not. Actually, we do not. There's not typically. We do not build on stream. So, sorry. Yeah, financing varies for, yeah, when you start upgrading. So that's what I said. I mentioned that. So. What program are you using to stream through there? It doesn't look like OBS. So we're using a Streamlabs OBS. I like it. We used to use OBS, but then we switched over to Streamlabs, and I haven't looked back. I like it. There's a lot of features on here. So I know there's other streaming platforms as well, but for now we're using this one. I know this isn't related, but I'm having a lot of game crashes when loading to a game on my PC and can't figure out if it's the game or my PC. I'm not super savvy when it comes to troubleshooting. Any ideas or advice? What game is it? And what are your specs? Maybe I could try to suggest something, but again, it's very it depends. And if you check the forums or subreddits, yeah. That's usually what I would do if there's any issues. And also NVIDIA as well, or AMD. Again, it depends on the hardware, right? Because sometimes games and hardware don't play nicely on PC. That's just one of the unfortunate side effects, but that's why they release drivers. So update your drivers unless the drivers give you problems, and don't do that. Revert. Oh, man. There's been too many instances where drivers just mess everything up. I'm usually a little bit... unless it's a game I know that the driver benefits from, I usually don't update my drivers. Like Control, like I had to update my drivers to get the best performance on Control, so sorry. What are the chances of winning the PC? Depends on how many people enter, and I can tell you a lot of people enter. Escape from Tarkov, GTX 2060, i7 8600. That's probably Tarkov. Straight up, that's most likely Tarkov. Because I know that that game is... You have great specs. It is not you, dude. Those are great specs. It's the game. Like, just already know. I have a friend of mine that plays Tarkov, and from my understanding, he's told me that there's a bunch of issues with the game right now, so it's most likely the game. So I apologize for that. I wish I could help further. It's just the game in that situation. I'm assuming RTX 2060, though, because you said RTX 2060. Those are great specs. Honestly, it is definitely not your PC. Unless something they did on their end, but for sure. And we're still doing the wiring and all that stuff, but I feel he's nearing the end. I feel it. I sense it. I can't see it because I can't see the other side of the case, but I sense it. So we're nearing the end, friends. What was your favorite meme? That's a tough one. I feel like to understand that entire culture, you have to be on top of it, or you have to be really young. So this year, at least, Big Chungus has like haunted me. He haunts me, just straight up. Hey there, quick question: Are you good? Are you any good on some PSU advice? I'm not sure if mine is fine. Shoot, send it. If I don't know it, Omar probably might help. I have a GTX 1660 with Ryzen 5 2600 and Corsair Vengeance RB Pro 3200. Is that a good choice for running games at Fortnite at 240 FPS or close? Now, with those specs, you might have to lower Fortnite settings. And I don't know if you can get to 240. You can get really close. The CPU's good. My concern would be... The RAM's good, for sure. My concern would probably be with the... I'm assuming you have 16 gigs of RAM. Because you didn't mention the amount of gigs of RAM, but I'm assuming you have 16. Maybe 240. What?
GPU would be the jump from there.
Yeah. Especially when you want to make the game look a little bit better as you get to 240. But definitely the GPU is probably the thing that's... And also tweaking the settings on Fortnite. So... Yeah, that's what I thought since I just dropped the chunky update. Yeah. Chungus memes are cringe, bro. They are. I don't like it. But it somehow ended up being like the one that just haunts me. Like I said, a keyword haunted, not like hunt. Like spooky. Ooh. It's like I turn around and there's big Chungus right there. It's like, I'm like, get away, Bugs Bunny, jerk. And it's sad. Because people are like, oh, look, it's Big Chungus. But I'm like, bro, that's Bugs Bunny. When he's making fun of Elmer Fudd. When they showed that, I'm like, bro, it's from that one cartoon where he makes fun of Elmer Fudd. Where he's like, wait. I'm like, bro, fat shaming. Come on, Bugs Bunny. You can do better than that. I'm building a PC soon. Ryzen 9, single Asus, RTX 2080 Super GPU for now. Somewhere advised 750 watt, but I'm not sure if that's enough. I think that's enough. 750 watt for an RTX 2080 and a Ryzen 9. You think that's enough? Yeah, I think it's enough. I mean, if you personally feel like, oh no, I don't think that's enough, go with an 850 and then boom, done. Like the fact you're asking me this question, just go with an 850. That way you have peace of mind. Obviously gold. If you're going with those kinds of components, go for gold. You don't skip on the power supply. If you're going big on those parts, go for gold. Cool, thanks, no problem. And today on stuff I can't afford, hey, get in line. It's a good PC, man. That's a very powerful PC. Why put black? It's gray. I'm blind. Let's see if the music's up and running over here. Maybe? Let's find out. That should be fine. Put it really low in the background. My voice is the primary source of the audio here. Omar's, and maybe you can hear Omar's drill, maybe. Omar has a mic, but he's choosing not to talk today. I can make him talk, though. He looked so sad when I said that. So. Nope, 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 nope. That's a spooky thing going on over there. Halloween's tomorrow. Are you guys gonna be doing anything special for Halloween? Because I know what I'm doing. I'm coming in dressed up tomorrow. I'm not saying what, but I'm doing something special for tomorrow. Curious on the bigger difference between the GTX 1660 and versus 2060 is. I'll tell you, might as well look up the benchmarks. So online, there's so many resources online to compare performance between graphics cards. Let's take a look. So I'm assuming you're talking about the 1660 Ti. Are you talking about the 1660 Super or the regular 1660? You got to be specific, unfortunately, because the 1660 can mean multiple things. Just let me know and I can do the comparison for you. Again, there's a bunch of resources online to compare the two. So just let me know. Let me know. Once again, about dropping me mediocre streamer. Just do, if you like it, you like it. Streaming's not for everybody. I think once you start streaming, you'll realize if you like it or not. And you're like, nah, I don't want to really talk to people while playing games. Or I just want to focus, playing the game and not really talk to people. Or maybe you do want to show off your gameplay, or you want to try to be funny and talk to people. So you'll learn real quickly if you like it or not. Thinking of getting an i5 9600K, trying to figure out if a 1660S Ti or the 2060S is really what I need. Can you give advice on maintaining 60 FPS on high on games like The Witcher 3, or no, Total War 3 Kingdoms and the new Call of Duty game? So maintaining 60 FPS, I would think. I mean, that's a tricky one. Let me check something here really quick. I was gonna say The Witcher 3, but it's actually Total War. Total War 3 Kingdoms benchmarks. I'm gonna look it up for you real quick while I'm waiting for the other person to the cheapest version of the 1660. So the 1660. Hold on, let me check something here real quick. Graphics performance. So Rock Paper Shotgun has an article. Let me look this up real quick. Let's see what they got. So if you want to get 60 FPS on Ultra, these guys, this is not my recommendation. This is on Rock Paper Shotgun's site. They recommend this. They did the testing. I haven't done testing with Total War. They recommend, for 60 FPS on Ultra, they recommend a 1070 or a RTX 2060. And again, that's if you want to play on Ultra. If Ultra doesn't mean anything to you, you don't really care about Ultra, then the 1660 Super is probably okay. But if you do care about Ultra and you really want to get that extra oomph, then the 2060 Super is most likely the way you want to go. Again, based on this article that I'm reading. I mean, 2060 and 2060 Super, there is a difference, but I think the 2060 Super is the one that, you know, you want to try to go for if you're spending that money on a graphics card. At least I think. Personal opinion. Maybe you can save some money on the regular 2060, but there you go. Hopefully that answers that question, but I will go back to the other question comparing the GTX 1660 versus the 2060. I'm assuming the regular 2060, so we'll do the quick comparison here. Again, there's other websites that do comparisons of graphics cards. So let me see here. Just give me a game. Oh, Ralph, why do you got to bring up Steven Seagal? If you watched a live build on yesterday, man, I was talking to PJ, who was building, and they were talking about Steven Seagal because of his last name. And we're watching this video of him doing Aikido in Russia, and it looks like, I understand what he's doing, like in terms of the martial arts, but it just doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Anyways, back to the RTX question. RTX 2060 versus 1660. Not the 1660 Ti. Where's that 1660? There it is. All right, so according to user benchmark, which is again user submitted benchmarks, take this with a grain of salt. On average, so for say PUBG, if you were playing in the training area, you get 99 FPS in PUBG on the 2060 and 70 FPS on the 1660. In Fortnite, I don't trust the Fortnite benchmark because Fortnite completely changed now, so I don't know. But obviously the 2060 will get you more FPS, probably more in the 100 FPS range if you unlock it. But you can get 60 with the 1660 regular. So 1660 is a perfectly good card. Just, I will add an asterisk to this though. Do you want to play stuff like Cyberpunk, and do you want to play other high-end games coming out next year? Then consider probably upping it to a 1660 Super or a 1660 Ti, or maybe go for the 2060 or 2060 Super. So that's the other question you want to ask yourself. Like, the cards are great for today, but do you think they'll be good for the games of next year or the year after that? I would mainly look at next year for sure. What is going to be the bigger sale, Black Friday or Cyber Monday? For us, typically, historically, they're almost the same. Black Friday is, I think, for us, probably slightly bigger because we have sometimes special limited time offers. So those usually go first on Black Friday. Historically, I'm not saying that'll happen this year. I'm just saying historically. All right, hopefully I answered that question between the 1660 and the 2060. Monster Hunter World. Yeah, I mean, let me see. Do they have benchmarks for Monster Hunter World? I'm gonna look it up. Monster Hunter World. And the new updates coming out, or the expansion is coming out in January. That's cool. 1660 versus 2060. Let's see. Obviously, the 2060 is going to get you better performance there. Let's see what these benchmarks say. Let's find out. And again, this is 1080p performance. I'm not even thinking about 1440p or whatchamacallit. Let's see. Yeah, I think the 1660 or 1660 Ti might be good in that case. Of course, you have to mess with the quality of the graphics. Not everything has to be run in Ultra. I mean, I personally like running everything in Ultra, but that's just me. If you want to get more performance, obviously lowering the settings and tweaking the settings will get you more performance. So, yeah, there you go. US-based support? Really? I'm surprised it's not us. Yeah, it's been a thing since the company started. They kind of mandated it from the very beginning that the team or the support team would be here in the same location the PCs are created. So it's not outsourced. It's here. I can go over there and tap them on the shoulder and say hi if I wanted to. Thanks for the help. Gotta hop off. See you next time. Thank you very much for tuning in. I've got an i5 7600K paired with a GTX 1070 and a Corsair DDR 2400. I'm interested in streaming. Should I just upgrade to an i7 7000K or should I just convert to Ryzen 5? If you could sell that i5 7600K and get the i7 7700K, maybe. I mean, the other thing to consider is maybe use NVENC encoding. If you don't know what NVENC encoding is, look it up. It's basically using the GPU for the encoder. So you can stick with the same CPU, but maybe upping your GPU. So, and Ryzen, there's totally, like, Ryzen processors are definitely great for streaming as well because they're good for multitasking. So, that's a tough call because you got a good build right there. That's the thing. Have you tried testing it yourself? Try streaming yourself. This is Ethan on Twitch. Try streaming yourself. Try to determine if it works already. Cause that way, and also monitor the performance of your system. Because thankfully with these applications like Streamlabs and OBS and all that stuff, you can monitor your performance and also use Task Manager to see how or where the bottleneck is popping up. I think you should try it. See what happens. Maybe use NVENC coding as well. I think the 1070 should be fine, but you have to test. My Strix 1070 overclock version is still super good. 10 series cards are great, man. I have my 1060 6GB and I love it. It is great. In your opinion, do you think current gen parts will actually have an appreciable sale on Black Friday, Monday, worth waiting for? Maybe. See, if you're talking current gen, I'm assuming you're talking about 20, like the super cards or like the newest CPUs. I don't know. But what they might do is they might do like combo sales or special offers, like gift cards and stuff like that. Because the thing is, what you're playing with is now the selling out problem, right? Because if you get them in November before the sales start, you have it, but you might pay a little bit more. If you wait till Black Friday, you're gonna be competing with everyone else that's looking for the same thing you are. So there is a chance you might not be able to get that thing you're looking for. So it's tricky. I'm usually one of those deal hunters, so I can probably grab the deals before they go up. It's just a matter of having like a bunch of monitors. I'm like hacker man, like, oh my gosh, there's a deal right over there. i7 9700K for $250. Oh my gosh. It's just looking and trying to see like what the best deals are when they pop up, and monitoring Twitter, checking the forums, doing all that creepy stuff to get the best deal to save like $5. But it's true. It's got to keep an eye open. Well, I noticed much of a difference going from i7 8700K to a 9900K. Honestly, it's kind of tricky. That's a tricky question to answer because they're both really good. That's the thing, right? 8700K is awesome. If you play in 4K, maybe you might notice a difference. You get more performance, obviously, out of a 9900K, but honestly, it's like very minor. So. Soil current gen parts. Oh, so you're talking about the 20 series and maybe the 1660 Super just came out this week. I don't expect sales on that part. I could be wrong. I want to be wrong, but I don't expect sales on that part. If anything, I expect sales on the 1660, which is obviously a lower end card, and I expect sales on the 2060, the 2070, and the 2080. Note that I didn't say Super. Those are the cards that I predict. I have no outside knowledge. I'm telling you straight up. Those are the ones I predict will probably have the best deals during Black Friday. So if you don't care about the super extra performance, then and you want to save some money, definitely look at the regular 20 series cards. There's $20 rebates at the moment, but those aren't outright savings. Yeah. Is it NVIDIA GeForce 2080 Ti worth it for the price, or is there something more reasonable? There is definitely more reasonable options than that thing. The 2080 Ti is designed for people that want the absolute highest possible quality in everything. Now you're probably thinking, I want the highest possible quality. But the question is, do you want to pay for that highest possible quality? And for the answer for a ton of people is no. And that's realistic. That's just the way things are. Like it's a very expensive card that's offering incredible performance. However, are you willing to part with that much money to get an extra 30 frames? I don't know. See, for me, I made that decision a couple years ago between the 1080 versus the 1060, and I realized I didn't need the 1080 at the time. The 1060 was perfectly fine for me for what I needed, because I wanted to play 1080p. I wanted to play games like Hitman. I want to play Overwatch. I want to play Doom. That's 2016, so stick with me here. And the 1060 was perfectly fine. And 3 years later, I am still perfectly fine with the 1060. I mean, next year might be the upgrade year for me at least, especially with games like Doom, Cyberpunk, Death Stranding on PC. Yeah. So, yep. All right, I'm about to head out. Thanks for help. No problem. Always here to respond. Hold on, I see a bunch of questions just popped up while I was answering that one. Can someone tell me what XC means in relation to a GPU? So that's an EVGA thing. EVGA is naming things. I love the guys at EVGA. They're great. However, their naming is very odd. They have XC, XC Ultra, and then like the XC2. It's just a matter of performance. You can, if you go to EVGA site and you scroll through, you can see what the difference in performance is between the cards. That's my recommendation. See, it's kind of the same thing. It's just like kind of in the lower end of the stack. The best cards in the EVGA stacks are typically the FTW3 cards. And you'll see that. So I know there's FTW Ultra now. Oh man, their naming schemes are kind of like Street Fighter games. And I mean that with like the nicest way possible. It really is kind of like Street Fighter names, like Street Fighter Ultra Fighter Hyper Fighting 2. It's true, though. I'm not the only one that said that. So, is that zip tie in Omar's mouth going to be in the build? Oh, no, he just uses it to chew. He's going to toss that. What are you doing? Hey, put that back. Put that back. What are you doing? Get that out of here. No, Omar just likes to chew. It's kind of like a toothpick kind of thing. He doesn't like... Omar, if I catch you doing that, I would kick you out. He'll be like, oh yeah, this is a perfectly good zip tie. Ew. No, thank you. Is there any hint as to when the next gen NVIDIA GPUs will be available? Several of these yet? Or since we just saw supers? That's a good question. I mean, NVIDIA's release schedule has been kind of weird lately because last year they introduced the RTX 20 series. And then this year they introduced the RTX 20 series super versions. And the next year, I don't know what to expect for next year, to be honest. I mean, the 10 series cards came out in 2015, 2016. And it took about 2 years after that for the 20 series to come out. And 3 years after that for the 20 super. So maybe, I don't know, maybe next year we might see something. Maybe not. I don't know. Can't say anything. I don't know what they're up to over there in Team Green. So, who knows? I mean, if you really want to determine, is look at the calendars. And there's people that keep track of this stuff, obviously. Is like when a GPU is released and how many months it takes for a newer version or like the next generation to release. I don't know what websites, but if you just Google it and you look it up, you can see like the 10 series was, or the 1080 was released 2015, 2016, and then the 2080 was released in 2018. Right, yeah. So there was like a 2-year gap, kind of, sort of, 2-3. So we'll see. What RGB fans ecosystem do you like, recommend? I'm biased. I'm sorry. So my bias, I'm telling you straight, I'm biased. I'm gonna say Corsair. But there are plenty of options out there. Just see which one you like. Maybe there's something like like a feature that the RGBs have. Like maybe they have like a synchronization feature. I don't know. You have to look it up. I can't like 100% answer that because then biased. Sorry. OC means overclocked. Yes. My experience between regular RTX and Super, the regular RTX died twice and upgraded Super, and it's amazing. Huh? Well, there you go. Several years, NVIDIA would die to competition then, I think. I mean, the current competition to them, at least, is AMD. And they're pumping out some pretty cool cards. The 5700 XT is pretty good, benchmarks-wise. I think it's great. And then Intel. Now, if you guys haven't paid attention, this is public knowledge. I'm not, like, spilling the beans here. Intel is working on graphics. No, Omar's shaking his head. Intel's working on graphics. So we'll see what they got. I think they're saying next year they might be revealing finally what they're working on. So we'll see. Who knows? Maybe Intel might just come and be like, I got some good GPUs. I don't know. We'll see. Don't waste that zip tie. Omar, they're calling you out, man. Look at him. He's chewing it. Oh, he's tossing it out. Those zip ties are expensive, Omar. What is this? They're not guitar picks. You just can't just toss them to the crowd. What? He's like you know, guitarists in shows, they always have like a billion guitar picks on their mic stand, and they're like, oh, let's take this guitar pick, like, yeah, and then toss it, and then grab another, yeah, and then I was at a Cheap Trick, and Rick Nielsen, guitarist, Cheap Trick, he grabs like a handful, like a literal handful of guitar picks, and just tosses it at the crowd. That was awesome. But oh man, just imagine just like going through guitar picks like candy like that. It's nuts. What do you recommend for 1080p highest settings? Games change all the time. So today's games are going to be different from the games next year and the year after that. So 1080p today is going to be different from 1080p in the future and from the past. So if you want to play, say, Doom in 1080p, a 1660 regular or even a 1650 is probably fine to play Doom in 1080p. The games are what drive the performance, essentially, right? So the more technology and the more artists and graphics and all the fun stuff that goes into the games, then the performance needs to be there to match it. Hence, you know, the console cycles, the PC graphic cycles. So for this year, 1080p high settings, I would probably comfortably say the 1660 Ti for 1080p high settings. And that's pushing it. I'm talking about like 60 FPS, like really like pushing it. Now, if you really want to get a comfortable one, RTX 2060 Super, no question. That's a comfortable 1080p performance. So that is my recommendation there. And again, I could be wrong there. Maybe again, it depends on the games. Depends on the games. All right, let me keep going on here. 1080 is still a great card. It is. Absolutely is. If you can find one, it's great. Aftermarket GPUs have certain features opened up, like overclocking. That is correct. So cards not from NVIDIA typically have other features, improved cooling methods. So, yep. I'm just reading everyone's comments. I wish I could build me a gaming system. You can. Everyone can. It's just, do you have the determination? Do you have the will? Do you have a screwdriver? Omar has a screwdriver. Actually has a drill. Don't use a drill, friends. Drill is not recommended for first-time PC builders. Don't try that at home. Unless you build a bunch of pieces and you know how to use a drill. Because the thing is, the problem with the drill is the torque settings. Because you might not know, but drills have different torque settings. So if you use like a high torque, you might mess up the motherboard or other parts, and you don't want to do that. 1440p with GTX 1060. Ooh, now you're pushing it there, especially with modern games. I personally wouldn't recommend. Some games you probably could do 1440p. I think CSGO you could probably do it no problem. Rocket League you could probably do it no problem. It depends on the game, so you could probably do it, but you're gonna be pushing it. Definitely pushing it. Getting by my own soon. Got the build saved up and everything. Glad to see you guys are from Miami as well. Cool. Keep the work, boys. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And good luck with your build. I got a 1660, and it's surprisingly more powerful than I thought. See, there you go. The 1660 gets a little bad rap, but it's actually pretty good. So, again, if you want to play at a lower resolution that is not 1440p or 4K, though, like that class, that area, the 1660 area is great. So, have the will of saving money. Saving the money. Study build videos. Make checklists. Stick to checklists. Get thumb screws because normal screw cases suck. Thumb screws are the best thing since sliced bread. I agree with that one. Preaching to the choir, man. Preaching to the choir. That is very sturdy advice, and preach to the choir. Regular size Phillips head is not enough. It's true. That's why you got to get those different little heads. I know that there's websites out there that make a PC repair or like those repair kits. I know the team here, they have like their own little book things that has like the different screw heads and different sides, like even like micro screwdrivers for smaller parts. So yeah, you can't just go in with one screwdriver. You got to go in a little bit more gear than that, but you know. But I have to do my toolkit at the moment. Yeah, see, that's what Omar uses. So that's his kit right there. So you see, it has like a regular screwdriver, then like that skinny one. Oh, it's falling apart, Omar. And then different size heads. I have like one of those like that at home too. Patreon not enough? Yeah, so you gotta have multiple heads. I would have multiple heads lying around. And you can also, I mean, I don't know if the part makers or hardware makers like even say like what types of screws are recommended. The cases, I know the case makers do. I think. Could be wrong. So. Would a better processor help me get better frames on my games? I have an old i7 4700K and I just got a 1080 Ti. Is my processor bottlenecking my graphics performance, or am I just clueless?
There's a website for that.
There is a website and there's resources that can help you determine if you are getting bottlenecked. My recommendation, if you want to check for yourself how your performance is to use Task Manager or use other or hardware monitor or anything like that while you're playing a game. If you have a second monitor or way to like maybe have the game running in the background like you would normally play it, and then have the hardware or Task Manager on like say another part of the screen or another screen, you can see the performance and determine. I'm pretty sure it's not your GPU. The thing is, that CPU is still really good. The i7 4700K is still like considered like a recommended spec CPU, so it's still good. It's a good CPU. I myself have an i7 4700, so I'm not too far off from you. It's great. I think it's great, but I know for me at least, I'm getting a little bit of performance drops in my games, and I'm seeing that now. Like a couple years ago, not so much, but now I'm seeing it with, again, as games get newer, it demands more performance. So I'm seeing that with my games, and I'm getting that upgrade itch now. I'm like, oh no, it's coming. I got to start saving up some money. But definitely do some more research on your end and determine. The thing is, you have a great CPU. I would do a little bit more research and testing to determine if it really is the CPU. But if that was the weakest point, that's most likely the weakest point. But you already got a great graphics card. 1080 Ti is awesome. It is awesome. I have the exact same kit Omar's showing. I would like to get a gaming PC, but I'm in Africa. This stuff is expensive. It's not cheap. It is not cheap. I have an AMD Radeon 6000, 1 GB RAM and 16 GB of RAM with half non-accessible. It works. I mean, you can play games on it, I guess. I mean, not new games, but it works. Control over the show. Whoa, calm down there, buddy. We're listening to Monster Cat, if you're wondering. Thing is, they have their Call of the Wild stream right now, which is great. But so we're hearing people's voices that aren't mine. Like, who is that? Who is that talking? That ain't me. Forget about the build. Let's talk about the toolkit. It's a good toolkit. What can I say? It's portable. All right, we're coming in with the 2-hour marker here. Omar, no pressure.
I had to wire the hard drive cage.
Oh. He had to wire the hard drive cage. That's what happened. Here's a good question for me. Am I bottlenecking my 2070 Super by only having it running at ×8 mode? I need my other 16 slot ended up being used by a 10 GB NIC that I use for self-bit NAS. That is a good question, actually. Hold on. I'm assuming you probably did research about that, but I'm pretty sure that they recommend that the super graphics cards are in the 16 slot. Hold on, let me check something quick really here. I'm gonna look it up. X8 slot. Let me check. Hold on. Gamers Nexus's website, doing a test here. Yeah. Dang. Wow. No kidding. There is a difference in performance. There actually is. Wow. That's unfortunate. Man, that sucks. Yeah, there is a difference. Yeah, that's a bummer. Dang. If you do some research on your end, Buckmans, you could probably determine that as well. But just based on this one article I'm reading, I'm like, there actually is a difference. Yep. Thanks, cousin. I call Gamers Nexus cousin because he's got the big hair and whatever. But people always jump in chat. Hey, Gamers Nexus. I'm like, I'm not him. He's great. I'm not. Hey, sup again? You guys building PCs every day? I know, that's how it feels like it, right? We built so many PCs in October that I think I'm losing my voice. No, I'm not losing my voice. I've been doing a lot of talking to you guys, though. That's for sure. Thanks for streaming. It's been fun watching Time to Commute home. Well, have a safe drive home. Glad you were watching and asking all the questions and stuff. I'm building AMD next. I'm also in a 4770K that's lasted me really well. 110 2080, so that's huge. Oh man, congratulations. Always nice to win something. I'm trying to win some concert tickets for a show next week, so we'll see how that goes for me. Making a strong core with a good motherboard that'll take up all the way 16 core chip. RAM is a headache setting up. RAM's not, I mean, thankfully RAM has gotten easier to understand nowadays. It's just like, for me at least, it's understanding the whole C thing. Like the smaller numbers are better. So, but they're more expensive. So, and the RAM prices fluctuate like crazy. I've been following RAM prices, and if you like have PC part picker, you'll see like the RAM prices are like whoop, 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 whoop. So, any advice for build for RPGs, space sims, open world type games running at 1440p and 120 hertz? So RPGs and space sims are a little bit more demanding, and open world games are also more demanding as well. For the GPU, minimum, like I'm talking super minimum, maybe the 2060 Super. If you want to get that extra performance, especially if you want to play 120 hertz, 2070. 2070 Super. I'm sorry, 2070 Super. Because those games are more demanding, especially the space. Like the second you say space sims, man, I already know it's like, oh, you gotta open it up. I mean, those games look fantastic, but they're really demanding. There's a lot of stuff happening in the background for them. So 2070 Super i7 Ryzen 7, definitely in that range. And also check out what other people play, like the games that you play, to check what their builds are. But that would be my recommendation just based on that just casual mention. So. I saw a build recently with 2 GPUs. Is there a significant benefit to having 2 when one can handle 1440p 60 Hz? Honestly, it's just to get that like a pinch of extra performance. It's not that major. So multiple GPUs were a thing a couple years ago. So imagine this: you can actually have 4 GPUs in a system and actually boost your performance a little much because of the SLI technology. And developers actually used SLI in their games. Nowadays, it's very rare for games to support SLI. I think Apex, Far Cry New Dawn support SLI, but I can't think of anything else that does. I recommend, typically for people that just play games, I just recommend 1. 2 is just that extra overkill that you really, that's like the weird flex. Having 2 GPUs nowadays is a weird flex. And also if you want to get benchmark numbers, like you want to like flex on people like, I got the killer benchmark, your PC will never beat mine, kind of sort of thing. 2 GPUs is maybe the way to go for that, but just gonna play games, it's 1. 1's fine. Oh, I'm having an issue with running my Corsair Vengeance 16 GB DDR4 and 3200 dual channel. My motherboard is B350 Tomahawk. That's weird. Maybe it's maybe the BIOS and stuff. That's not good. If not, I would probably contact MSI support to see maybe there's something they could do on their end. That sounds like something. I don't think it's RAM. I think it could be the motherboard. Theory. Not substantiated at all. This is just a theory. Just, you know, I could be totally wrong. You could just be like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's my response to you, SWAT. +1 for Gamers Nexus. He's awesome. I have to rethink my setup then. Thanks for the answer. No problem. Are you slots? That's the other thing too. Like, are they in the like because you have the A2, B2, they're not in like next to each other. Make sure they're separate. That's something people forget from time to time. Make sure that they're in the right slots to connect. It's weird, but yeah. There's a more technical explanation. Yeah, you want to make sure they're in the matching thing. So 1 and 1 and 2 and 2. Just try that. See if that works too. Good call out there, and it's good call out. Totally forgot that. I feel like that's just common knowledge to me. I'm like, oh yeah, just have 1 and 1. Have that little gap there. Yeah, they shouldn't be next to each other. Best headphone. I don't know. I mean, I use the HyperX at home. Now in the office, we got all of us, like in the team, got Corsair headsets. I got the Corsair Void RGB wireless.
Oh, I got the wired one.
Oh, you got the wired one. I got the wire. I asked for the wireless one. I want the wireless.
I forget to charge it. It's my...
I just plug it in when I go to work or go home, not go to work. So done. All right, let's take a good look at that PC there, Omar. So Omar is done. Let's take a look. And that's the top of the case. So you can see the fans are mounted to the top of the case. That's also attached to the radiator. There's the cable management. Very clean, Omar. Very clean. You can see. Point out that Corsair Commander. Oh. So the fans are connected to the Corsair Commander Pro over there. That's for the RGB management. You can see the cables there. Very clean wiring. And actually that open part where the CPU is, we typically have like a rubber thing to cover that up. That area right there. Yeah, we cover that up. And that's that side. Good job on the wiring. And then we have the actual internal side. So you can see the MSI Ventus RTX 2080 Ti GPU there. We got the LL fan over there in the back and the rear. And then in the right side, the hard drive cage. And again, I was talking about the hard drive cage earlier. That's not really something you need. It's nice to have. So you got the 4.6 of RAM, the CPU cooler with the radiator at the top. We got the front of the case. Open that up. And you got the hot swap. Very, very good looking. And actually, there's that 12 terabyte. So the other slots are empty, but the 12 terabyte is in the first slot. So just keep that in mind. ActionJaxon. Looks very, very nice. Very clean. And the power supply is, of course, covered up by that red shroud in the bottom. You can go ahead and point that out, Omar, just in case, right there. There's cables and stuff down there, and the power supply is right there. Very neat and tucked in. We don't have the panel, do we? We do. Oh, whoa. We got a breaking news here in Origin PC. We got a little something spicy for you, ActionJaxon, if you're watching right now, and everyone else in chat. We got a little surprise. I haven't even seen this. This is my first time seeing it. Omar's like, he's like, oh, I got a secret for you. I have not seen this yet, so we'll see how this comes out. So that's the other side. That's the printed side, like where all the things like printed. And then we're going to see the actual panel itself. So this is ActionJaxon's HD UV panel. Hey, come on, show the people. Ooh, I can see the reflections. That looks very fancy. You see that one side's kind of like wavy and like neon-y, and the other side's like that black. That's a really nice looking thing there, man. Very nice. Kind of tricky because you're trying to like not reflect it. That's a good angle right there. Like right there, that's good. You can see your face. That's it. But that's very nice. Looking good. Looking good. So that's not a paint job. That's actually a print. So we call that HD UV printing. So that's actually a glass panel. That's why it's like really reflective. And if you go to the other side, that's actually the print surface itself. So like that's like the printing. You'll see like there's lines. That's just the printer going. I don't know if that's the sound the printer makes. That's, you know, very Hotline Miami, but very, very nice. So let me go back and answer some of the questions real quick while Omar's cleaning up. So go ahead and shoot off any final questions. I'll be more than happy to try my best to answer them. A lot of questions about PC hardware, which I love. I love talking about PC hardware for hours on end, as you can see today. Let's see. Magdon, I'm looking to buy a new PC. I'm a student with an old PC. Can I ask for some advice on know what to look for? I have an i5 6400 GTX 960. Honestly, I would probably just, if you really wanted to get an extra boost, look at possibly upgrading your RAM, and also probably upgrading your GPU. Those are the two things I would recommend looking into, based on the specs that you put together. The what?
Operating system drive.
Oh, operating system drive?
A lot of people use slow mechanical drives.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Omar's right. Omar's saying that to make sure that your OS is not on a regular hard drive, to make sure your OS is on an SSD. That is a massive performance gain. Because imagine if you're running Windows on an old hard drive, but the boot times are slow, everything is slow. But the second The literal second you put Windows on an OS drive and you move Windows to that, it is amazing. It's night and day, straight up night and day. Yeah, so for you, Magdon, I definitely look into the GPU, RAM, and then you make sure you have your OS on a SSD. As a possible guess, based on previous rates and increase in GPUs and games demand, how long may the new supers be in the top 80? I would say a year or two. That's my guess. So definitely, no, probably 2 years. 2 years would be my guess. Lewis, how can a person get such a cool job like you have? Hard work, luck, a lot of luck, and I guess being in the right place at the right time. Does it boot? Does it boot, Omar?
Yes.
He says yes.
We'll do it right now.
He's going to do it right now.
We'll do it live.
We're going to do it live. He's going to do it. How do you feel about Ryzen tuned RAM, as they say there's a difference in the PCB? I have no personal experience with that. Like a lot of those claims and stuff that you have to do testing on. I know like we put that stuff on the site too, but you know, we always try to make sure that if we're putting that information on there, it's because it's facts or it's because of testing that either AMD, Intel, or NVIDIA have done. If you look in the disclaimer sometimes, you'll see that there's an asterisk on like really crazy claims, and they'll tell you like, oh, we ran this on this system on this day, and this is. They have to do that because you can't say ridiculous claims. So, what's the best PC? Not mine. Yeah, Omar's gonna turn off the lights. I'm gonna turn myself off so I don't look like a goofball here in the dark. Whoop. I am still here. You just can't see me. It's really dark. Who turned off the light? Oh. So the top fans, if I'm correct, are not on. Are they on or not? So Omar's gonna get real close to the PC. So, oh, look at that. The reason you couldn't see them was because of the the dust filter on the top. So those are the LL fans I was talking about earlier. And of course, there is the RAM. There's the CPU cooler with RGB lighting as well. Looks very RGB-licious, as people like to say. Of course, the motherboard itself has a little RGB strip in the back too, right? Yeah, right there in the back. A little extra, like something, something. And of course, the Origin PC Millennium case does have RGB strips at the top and on the side. You can actually see them in the camera as well, kind of like lighting up the radiator. So there you go. So if you like RGB, this is definitely a very RGB heavy system. But we've built systems in the past before with very little, minimal RGB. So if you don't like it, totally understand. It's a little extra. So why the RGB if you can't see it through the side panel? You can mess around with some the side panels and stuff. So also, like in person, it looks different on camera versus in person because you can see it through the panel. I know it's tinted, so yep. Me personally, I'm not too big into the RGB thing personally, but some people really like it. So hold. Let's see. Where are we at over here? Questions. Where was that? Does it boot? Yes, it does boot. Tuned RAM, talked about that. 144 hertz with GTX 1660. Dude, I think I answered that. Honestly, that's like pushing it. You have to tweak the settings to reach that. That's a tricky one. Yep, a nice dedicated SSD operating system. Yep. What is the best PC? I already answered that one. Oh, the lights are on. I should probably put myself on camera again. Are you also streaming on Twitch? We're streaming everywhere. So Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Hi, Twitter. I know you're watching. I just can't see your comments. What size fans are those? Those are, I believe, 120 millimeter, correct? Yeah, 120. RGB equals more FPS. Everybody knows that. Duh. What do you actually need 4 pieces of RAM for? Assuming those are 8 gigabytes each. They actually are 8 gigabytes each. So it's 32 gigabytes of RAM for this system. Let's take a look at the specs real quick since Omar just finished wrapping it up. Just in case you missed it earlier, these are the specs for ActionJaxon. It's a Millennium desktop powered by a 1000 watt RMX series 80 plus gold power supply. The motherboard is an MSI MPG Z390 Gaming Edge AC motherboard, so it does have Wi-Fi. You got to add the antennas. The cooler is a Frostbite 240 all-in-one cooler, and it has RGB lighting on the actual like cap itself. So more lighting, yay. The CPU is an Intel Core i9-9900KS 4.0 gigahertz, all cores by default, but on Turbo Boost. The key feature here, 5.0 gigahertz, all cores, which is nuts. Granted, I don't know many games that would actually take advantage of that kind of extra performance, but it's there. It's cool. For the game, or not game, the graphics, 11 gigabytes of NVIDIA GeForce RTX 20 Ti, and that is the MSI Ventus. We've been using that GPU for like the past like 10, no, that's not, past 5 live builds. It's a thick one. Thick with 2 C's. 32 gigabytes, 3200 megahertz DDR4 Corsair Vengeance RGB RAM. Those are 4 sticks at 8 gigabytes each. For the storage, the OS drive is a 1 terabyte Western Digital Black SN50 NVMe M.2 SSD. I know I said a bunch of words, but basically, it's a fast one. It's real fast. That's a fast SSD. It's connected directly to the motherboard. It's the NVMe proprietary format. And it's the M.2 little bubblegum stick size. For the hard drive, it's actually connected to it's inside a 5-bay Hotswap trayless cage in the front of the system. It's 12 terabytes of a Seagate Barracuda hard drive. Whew. What a mouthful. And of course, Windows 10. It comes all the Origin PC goodness, such as the Wooden Crate armor, the warranty, the lifetime 24/7 USB support, and lifetime free labor. Oh, man. Can you show the case art again? Oh, no. He's moving the camera around.
Yeah. The what light? The what?
Hold on.
Panel?
Yeah, the panel. I want to show people the panel again. Show the panel, man. Yeah, buddy. So that's not going to be going on this side. It's going to be going the opposite side, as you can see, based on the design. Basically, where the cables are, that's where this panel is going to be. So that's the ActionJaxon custom HD UV panel. So I believe that was designed by the web team. Right, Omar?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I can see myself in the camera. Woo.
No, actually, I think this was sent to us.
Oh, was it sent to us? Really? Okay. So ActionJaxon's got some style over there. Styling on us. Very nice. Because I know sometimes our design team / web team, they put together some really nice designs. That's why I asked. It's a really cool one. Really cool one. All right. So that's me going on the cable side of the case. You can still see the internals because it's going to be tempered glass on the actual like parts. Like what you're looking at right now, that's going to be covered by tempered glass, which Omar is probably going to add right now. There it is. Make sure you get the fingerprints off. Whew. Okay. I'm beat up. This light bill went on. It's okay. We're good. Day's almost over. It's nice. Tomorrow's Halloween. I got to get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a very special day. Be walking around like a zombie. Like an undead person. Not really. That's not my costume. Which GPU did you go with? So for this build, this is an RTX 2080 Ti. Me personally, I have a 1060. Is there an advantage using 4 RAM slots versus 2? Honestly, I'm sure there's some research and some articles going into more about like having the multiple RAM slots being used, but You need 32 gigabytes of RAM so you can run optimize the best out of Star Citizen. Oh. But yeah, you do need, for Star Citizen, you do need that extra RAM. And for other space sim style games or demanding games like that. So. Did I miss anything? A live build? Yeah. So we are excited, ActionJaxon, that you're going to be receiving this PC in the coming days. Our team needs to integrate and do a bunch of testing on their end to make sure the system is good to go. But you just saw the panel, which looks awesome. And that is that. So Omar, thank you very much. I'm sure the people want to shout out Omar. Omar did an excellent job, especially that wires. I love the wires. They come out so clean. Very nice. That's it. One more thing, I guess, before I go. Omar is going to go ahead and just prep getting out of here. I got a couple more things. We already talked about the specs. Let's talk about what we are up to at Origin PC. And then I'm going to end the stream. Just because I am obligated to. And I have to. I got to give you guys all the cool details what's going on. At OriginPC.com, our October promo is still underway until October 31st, which is tomorrow. So you can get your choice of one bonus when you purchase select systems. Either a Corsair peripheral combo, So that's a Corsair keyboard, Corsair mouse. I forgot the model numbers. You can see those details on the actual like website itself. And or a Corsair Gaming Void RGB Pro. Oh my gosh, Void Pro. Sorry. Void Pro RGB USB headset. I usually get it right. Of course, you get US-free ground shipping and bonus digital games, including if you get an RTX GPU with your Origin PC, you get Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which does support RTX. So in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, it supports what's called ray trace shadows. So when any light source interacts with an object in Call of Duty, the shadow it creates is a very realistic interpretation because of the ray tracing. There's a more technical explanation that goes into that, but I'm not getting into that today because that's a mouthful. You can learn all about it on NVIDIA's website, all the cool tech details behind the scenes involving RTX and Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It looks great. If you want to see the gameplay, you can watch our gameplay on YouTube, or you can watch other people with RTX on to see how it looks. We have 4 giveaways currently happening. I announced one today, but the 3 PC giveaways that are currently underway are all North America only, select territories, excluding Quebec being the key one. The first one is our Origin PC Neuron giveaway with Basically Homeless. Oh, sorry, forgot to interject. If you type !giveaway on Twitch chat, you will get the links to all our giveaways. I know the other platforms, I'm sorry. The mod team, work on it. Get those links to the people. Swifty giveaway for a Origin PC Millennium with a 2080 Ti, a giant Samsung 49-inch widescreen monitor, and a Corsair peripheral bundle. It's very nice stuff. And the final giveaway is a workstation-based system with our friends over at PNY. It's called the Watch to Win giveaway. Includes a workstation M-class system with a Quadro RTX 4000. So if you like high-end like video editing, I know someone in the chat earlier was talking about video editing and GPU and graphics and all that stuff. This is a perfect system for that. So if you want to enter for that one. Again, these are all North America, but I got one more giveaway, and we just launched this one during the stream. You're welcome. Thanks to our friends over at Koei Tecmo America. We are giving away copies of Atelier Ryza on PC. This is a worldwide giveaway. This is a game, and we're opening it up to everyone around the world. So if you like RPGs involving potions and crafting and all that stuff, and fighting crazy monsters and teaming up with friends and going on fantastical adventures, if you like that sort of stuff, feel free to enter this giveaway. We'll be announcing winners to this giveaway next week. It's 5 winners, actually. So if you like this game, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. For me, it's not something I pick up normally, but hey, if you want to enter to win, feel free. The link should be under, whatchamacallit, the exclamation point giveaway on Twitch. I did post the links. It should be up on social media at some point today if it's not already. Whew. Very busy. Very, very busy. So again, thank you very much, Omar. Thank you very much to everyone in chat. Thank you for tuning in. Not answering. Actually, yeah, some of you guys answered some questions too. But thank you for sending me some questions my way and keeping the chat very lively. You guys are great. Great across all the boards. Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We will be online Friday, actually. We're going to be playing some Remnant hardcore mode, which sounds very, very not good for me because I died a lot in Remnant, and that means I'm going to lose a lot of people this Friday. Because if you don't know, the hardcore mode that's being released for Remnant, if you die, your character's gone. It's like Diablo's hardcore mode or whatever, where your character died, gone, erased forever. See you later. So, yep. Whew. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Omar's gonna go to sleep now. I'm gonna go to sleep now. People, thank you for tuning in. I will see you next time. Later.
Strangers, maybe I fell for you. Maybe it's nothing major, just trying to speak the truth. What's love?